Hello and welcome to our Saturday campaign over here on Absolute20. I'm Rogar, your humble dungeon master. These are my my fabled heroes for the last time for some of y'all. Actually, I don't think any of y'all. No, they'll pop back up eventually, but this is the last time they'll be the fabled heroes of this world. So my fabled heroes, let's say hello.
Hello.
Fabled heroes.
He didn't say it. He
Oh,
didn't.
well,
didn't
whatever.
ask us to say that.
Sorry, I was distracted. Ayana's bloody for some reason.
Oh, you know how it is.
She lives like that.
I'm built different.
There we go. You're fixed now.
Yes.
Yeah, but this is our technically part 2, but it's technically the series finale of this wonderful land known as Cormyr. Yes, we've had some ups, we've had some downs, we had some lefts, and we had some rights.
Did we have some ups?
Mostly down.
Yeah.
Depends on the person. It's like some people are gonna have a lot of ups. But yeah, so last episode, Ozius and Orioth ventured off. We found out what Queen Raedra is going to be doing with her lands. Then we kind of had to wait because we were one of our players were comatose, so we had to wait for him to wake up. He's finally awake. Now we can get his final verdict on where he stands on the axis of power.
Yes.
So yeah, Roddick, I would assume you would have woke up on like the journey back before you got to Soothsail, so you're not in Soothsail like,
Yeah.
no, I'm gonna go join the other people.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll probably say you guys are in Arbella. And yeah, you wake up in a bed.
Nice.
Most of the people you know are around you. Some of the people that you do know are no longer here.
Yeah.
Ayana fills you in on everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess, Ayana, how would you ask him what side he stands on? Or lays on in this case.
Join us or die. No. Well, as you see, the Queen Primogen, me, Simon. What?
That's so bright. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Obviously, Rowan. Are there others with us?
You have the Queen's Primogen, you have Rowan, Roddick.
Well, I don't know.
You.
Simon.
Yeah, it's you
Okay.
4 right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then
we are staying true to Cormyr and our vows. We were pretty much able to confirm, most likely, that Queen Raedra is dead. Her views on necromancy conveniently have changed. And all of a sudden, it's time. It's time to bring people back from the dead and have walking abominations around. That is A-okay with her now. And she believes that she is still the true queen, but that is just not how things work here. Unfortunately, for reasons I can't understand, perhaps power, perhaps I don't know, but Tristan betrayed Cormyr and joined the Dead Queen, and Azius walked away from Cormyr, also betraying its vows. So, what will you do? I will extend the same offer I gave to them. I will allow you to walk away. I will not kill you, or allow Simon to hunt you at the
And
same
as you're saying that, Roddick kind of, I imagine I'm pretty like groggy.
Yeah.
time.
And I told him for about a
He
week.
opens his eyes. I am standing above him. So, the queen, the dead queen, where do you stand? Tell me. I won't kill you, I promise.
Yeah. And so as you're saying that, Roddick kind of rubs his eyes and he's nodding. And as you're saying, like, oh, you can walk away and I won't kill you or whatever, Roddick puts his hand up to kind of indicate, like, no, stop right there. And he says, hi. I'm loyal to Cormyr, but let me tell you, kiddo, I'm loyal to you above all else, and if I'm being honest, this is your decision, not mine. I think of you as something of my own daughter of sorts, and if you were to have turned your back on the realm, I very well would have followed you, and I'm glad you didn't, but you have my hand at your side. Oh, and could I possibly bother you for a glass of water? I feel terribly dehydrated.
She kind of like wipes a tear from her eye and like hugs Roddick as he's laying down, which is she's like feeling very relieved because seeing someone else just walk away from everything she holds dear would have really hurt. And she says, "Of course, I will get you that water." And she's like smiling really brightly. And she walks. Wow, you're already drinking. Wow, lying.
I am out of water. I mean, that's
Oh
true.
shit! Yeah, let me get you a refill
Yeah, thank you.
right now.
Thank you.
So yeah, we have our final verdict on our last fabled hero.
Yeah.
Eventually, you guys make it back to Soothsail, and of course, you all go to report in to your true queen. I will say about like 2 days later, she gives you guys a break. You guys been through enough. She calls just a council meeting, just inviting like pretty much key players that like helped in, I guess you would say, like the success of saving the world in a sense. So yeah, mostly it's all of your guys' friends. So you guys definitely see some friendly faces at this table. Multiple tables once again, because this one isn't a round circle table. This is like different tables set into different places. But yes, Queen Alicia Obreskar is sitting upon her throne. Typically, the throne has the two other chairs for like the Mage Royal and then the Lord High Marshal to sit next to her. They're not there anymore. She looks down at you guys sitting in your little seats. She's like, "Greetings, all of you. I called you all here to tell you where Cormyr is going. The dead queen is causing enough troubles for us that I don't even know what to think about first. But let's start with like one. That's the small problem at hand that we can quickly solve. But we're actually not going to. I've spoken with the Lord High Marshal and the Mage Royal, and we've decided that Cormyr needs a little us time. So, I mean, the Dead Queen only holds a small portion of Cormyr. And honestly, we might as well just leave her to Thay. That's their problem. Not only it's like, do we have Thay attacking us? Sembia, I'm sure this isn't the end of them. And then, of course, you have these random Black Knights and this Sovereign Queen person. It's too much, and we've elected to, just put a wall up around True Cormyr. Just a magical wall. No teleporting in, no teleporting out. We're really just gonna focus on us, build up our defenses, and then hopefully that will get rid of the dead queen. I just don't see why I would want to attack my cousin. There's no gain from it. If she wants to have a small piece of Cormyr, I mean, all ruins. It's just very strange that she sent all of our troops up north when they wasn't even like they was attacking us, but they weren't attacking us. They were attacking like destroyed castles already. So I do feel like the Dead Queen did set this all up, but I guess she got her just rewards in a sense, since she's dead. But we are magic is probably going to just not exist in Cormyr for a little, as the only way to prevent people from teleporting in is only allowing selected people to be able to use magic. So we have crafted new rings for our new order. They're called the Grand Order. The Mage Royal has stepped into this position. Her name is now the First Mage, Aelwyn of the Grand Order. And she has her 2 loyal subjects, you could say. They will handle the protection and the upkeep of the protective barrier around Cormyr. Of course, the Lord High Marshal will keep her position. And her 2 new recently switched around positions. Thank you, Beatrix, for stepping up to be the Battle Master. And Marigold, thank you for sidestepping to be the new Oversword. And also thank you to Paula and Luke, who have become Wizards of the First Order, or the Grand Order, my mistake. The Queen's Primogen will be in a sense, the Mage Royal, but also we're just doing away with Mage Royal. It's now just the Queen's Primogen. And her forces, so each of you guys will have your own forces. So we have the Queen's Primogen, which lies Simon, her shield, and Yamoja, her eyes. And then she looks to you, Ayana. I know I promised you the Oversword position, and there's lots of Overswords, but the way you handled yourself in battles and just your diligence, we are going to grant you your own order. Sadly to say, you're going to have a lot of paperwork since it's only going to be you. So you probably won't see the field of combat, but we know why you want to be an Oversword. But yes, you will now be the first protector. And then your order is going to just be called the Order of Protection. So you will pretty much handle a lot of more paperwork, more of the civil things, since we're going to only focus on ourselves. So you're like a new elected supreme judge, I guess, in a sense, but not really. All the things will just come to me still. But you do have to find people to fill your order.
I'm sorry. Can you explain that character? What the fuck? What is? So it's not
she
being a
pretty much
judge.
created like a specialized title for you.
So it's literally just like
Wow.
here's you're a clerk, but you have a special little title.
You're like, if you had to like weigh yourself next to someone else, you are like an oversword. You're like if an oversword and a Lord High Marshal had a baby. You're like in between that. Like you don't go onto the field of combat anymore.
So
But, like,
still dealing with military matters.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah.
You're like a
Probably.
clerk at the Pentagon.
I mean, if new laws come, they'll come to you, and then you'll send them to the Queen. So you're kind of like the Senate, the Council,
The House.
of Representatives.
Okay. So I'm a politician now. Okay.
Lots
I
of
understand.
Wow.
paperwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roddick's gonna do great with that. If Roddick's in here, is Roddick part
I
of mine?
hope
Yeah, Roddick is sitting at your table.
Ooh, I mean, but like, what's his job? Like, can I decide his job?
Yeah.
Because I don't think paperwork's right.
I mean,
Oh.
you also have to have a personal guard.
Yeah. Personal guard, possibly. I don't know.
Thank you.
Yes, Rowan makes it very clear that she already has thought up of a title.
Yes.
Yeah, she's like, I will be the first Protector Shadow. This was just perfect timing.
She, Anna, like, pats her shoulder. Of course. Roddick. Well, we can't use the witch shield. You could be first Protector's sword.
How about Maul? Since you use them all?
Oh,
I like the sound of that.
sounds really
First
barbaric,
Protector Small.
but Mauls are pretty barbaric.
Hi. Will I get a pin?
You can have anything you want.
I've always wanted a pin with me a title on it, yeah.
So simple.
Your mother will be so proud.
Aye. Is my mom okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Do we know?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a few days, so.
Yeah, it's been a few
Yeah,
days.
I
Like
was like-
everyone,
Okay.
it seemed like
Good.
the Black Knights only really targeted like key people
Okay.
when they attacked here. They weren't
Awesome.
like, oh, let's just kill the civilians.
Yeah.
She actually killed 4 of them.
Yeah,
A few here and there.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
not
my
say
mom
4.
killed 4 of the Black Knights. Oh,
Let's
yeah.
let's not say 4. Okay, that's she probably would have went down by then. I can see 2.
Okay.
My mom definitely killed 4, but my dad helped because she only has
This
one
is
arm.
God, just keep
the
bringing it
spin-off
up.
series character. Roddick's mom is the one. Yeah.
I would watch a show about Roddick's mom.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So he's happy with that. Again, he's like, whatever Ayana's doing, that's what I'm doing. My little surrogate child.
Aww, it's so cute.
Hmm.
Well, does she have any more to say? Sorry.
Yeah, she has like a little bit more to say about like your new job. Of course, everyone will serve their 2 years in the Cormyrian army, but if anyone chooses after serving the Cormyrian army to become, you guys can essentially be houses. That's a good way to describe you. You'll handle that paperwork to see where they would fit in best. So you're also like an observer, just to let you know. You'll be. You were really good in the paperwork and school portions, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Especially things that have to do with people, I suppose. Not so much history.
Oh, good. You won't need that. You'll just need to know their current history. But it's all written in paper, so you will be fine. And if anything, the Queen's Primogen's office is about like 2 doors down. And we all know.
Ayana. Oh yes. Ayana looks at her and smiles. The mm, then she decides not to say whatever she was about to say. Still very awkward, Ariana.
Also, I must say, a lot of the other like non-noble titles, most of those people were slain. Well, they are noble titles still. Like you have like the Master of Ravens, the Master of Ships, Master of Coins. That will also fall under your jurisdiction. So finding key people for those positions will also be very helpful.
She nods.
But yes, to each of you, it's time to protect Cormyr from the countless threats we now face. This land will be safe, and for all the people in here, for all the people who have decided to join the Dead Queen, I can only wish them the best.
Ayana like makes the session like I don't.
I have to say it, I'm a queen. But yes, you are all dismissed. And yeah, the mages of the Grand Order kind of part ways. Of course, the purple dragons, in a sense, you're no longer a purple dragon. Like, you still hold power within purple dragons. It's just you're not underneath the leadership of a purple dragon.
Yeah, like I'm not like underneath
You're your own
over
leader.
swords, whatever. Yeah.
You're your own boss.
Can I request an audience with you, my queen?
Oh yes. Alone?
Whatever is comfortable for you. I just have some questions and some questions, I suppose.
Yeah. Everyone else begins to filter out. Of course, I'm sure Rowan stays, just make sure nothing happens.
Yes. If the queen tries to kill me.
Or if you try to kill the queen.
If
I'd imagine I'd kind of be standing off, not so close that I could be eavesdropping, but like, I'm backing my girl up. You know how it is.
Hell yeah. Okay, let's kill her. Jump her. I will be queen.
I'd love to see that.
No,
I want to attempt to throw my maul at the queen.
Can range attack with my maul, please?
Yeah, just like the Scottish Olympics where they do the hammer throw. You seen that? Yeah. One of those things.
Let's see what happens if what's her AC?
No. That was a bit. We're doing a bit here.
No.
Only 20. Yes, how can I help you?
So talking to the dead queen, I learned. Actually, no, never mind. You told me that we have. What is our status with Zambia? Are we allies, or is it simply a ceasefire?
We're definitely not allies. I would never make that mistake. I guess a ceasefire is the best way to say it. It's kind of like they had legal proof that the Mad King stole the lands, and I just was like, if it ends the war, just take your small little city that does not really bring in that much prosper.
I see. Do we know why Thay is attacking us then?
No. It just randomly happened. They started attacking, like as I said, ruins and stuff like that. And the Dead Queen issued most of the overswords, and now that I think about it, it seemed more like she made sure nobody was here and then the Black Knight issue arose. So it seems more like she got everyone out of the city, everyone that she could, and then the Black Knights attacked.
So you think she knew they were coming?
I do.
Why would she not want us here to try to defend?
I think she had a plan for everyone. I mean, clearly she must have influenced some people, as I notice your friend Tristan is no longer here with us.
I would not call Tristan my friend, no. I admired him for what I thought was his commitment to Cormyr, and I was proven wrong. I don't know why he was such a stick in the mud if he was just going to be a traitor anyways, but people are strange.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's on him. That's another reason why I just don't see a purpose in us wasting resources to go to attack them. Plus, they hold Red Spring and the Forgotten Tower. I mean,
according to her, she will do everything she can to, and she says this in quotes, reclaim Cormyr. I don't see that happening. They basically had like a couple of mages. Tristan was immediately promoted to Mage Royal just because he was there. They just kept cycling through the Mage Royal title with whichever magic caster was there. Seems very
problematic.
Yes, very hodgepodge. Just put together, just throwing titles with no basis for the respect to what they mean. But I suppose someone who is dead does not have those kind of thought processes as we do. I don't know. But I am relieved to hear that we are not allied with Zambia.
Oh, no.
They are also monstrous. Well, I bid you a good day, my queen.
Yes. I will see more of you, of course.
Of course. She nods her head and kind of gestures to Roddick to follow, already knowing that Rowan is following.
Yes. You feel her shadows enveloping you. Because, yeah. Rowan is a level 3 monk, Way of the Shadow now.
Ooh.
Yeah. She really turned shit around.
She's so cute.
Oh wait, her AC would have went up by 1. Damn.
We just need to get that disease fixed, and she'll be really great.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Rowan does say, could I talk to you quickly?
Of course.
Yeah. She pulls back her hood, takes off her the mask that she wears, tucks her hair behind her ears.
So many layers.
Yeah, she had a lot of protection to make sure that her elven side wasn't seen. She reveals her elf ears. Now seeing that, the first mage is an elf as well, she feels a little bit maybe Cormyr's going in the right direction now.
Oh, that's great. Ayana will not say anything right away. She'll take her hand. She's not super shy. Just take her hand and kind of go the tucking Rowan's hair behind her own ears a little bit more. Like, I see. I'm glad you trust me.
Yes, I wasn't sure how it would have been taken before, since I didn't, go through the proper channels of being an elf. But dying, I could easily
What?
pass as human.
Does that
Well,
mean?
like we have a little bit extra work that we have to put in.
Oh, is it because they're not born here? Is that what you
Yeah.
mean? Like it's more of like, okay.
Yeah.
The
It's harder
the
for
channels
them to
that
go up the ranks.
Well, that's not cool.
It's an old thing.
Yeah.
Like this was before the Mad King.
I don't care about any of that. You are Rowan. You are my trusted companion. You are one of the few ones I know I can always trust. And if you have elf in you, I do not mind. I have nothing against those with elven ancestry.
Thank you. She kind of looks over at Roddick.
Roddick's like, ugh! That'd be so funny.
Roddick, you okay with this as well?
Roddick speaks Elvish. I don't know if you knew, but for some reason it's on my character sheet. And
I also speak Elvish.
Yeah.
Look at this. Elf Squad.
So, yeah, Roddick says in Elvish, I'm okay with this.
I had to check if she knew Elvis. I was sure she did. Like, I burned it from my memory.
I purposely forgot it. Ayana will say in Elvish, see, we are Cormyrians. That's what's important.
In Elvish, Rowan says, the true name is Nadia. And then she kind of
Nadia.
Throws her mask back on, tucks her hair, and throws her hood back up. Yeah, because you've only ever known Rowan as Rowan, but everyone knows that's not her true name.
Nadia.
Nice to meet you, Nadia.
Okay, let's only use it in Elvish, though. I don't need people.
She was still speaking in Elvish.
I know, she's also still speaking Elvish. She's making it very clear. She's like, I will have to, take anyone out who knows besides us.
I don't know that don't know if that's necessary. Cormyr is changing,
That is true, yeah.
Soon, hopefully, no one will have to live in the fear you must have been living in, that people will judge you or whatever. I've never understood people like that, What matters most is being Cormyrian. We don't need to split ourselves up more than that. We are who we are, and together we stand strongest.
Yes. Invisible wall.
Invisible wall.
And the rest of Faerun's gonna pay for it.
Oh.
Ooh.
I mean, oddly enough, both of the leaders have elected to go, let's protect our own land for right now.
Oh, yeah, because, the other one did say that too.
Yeah.
We need to isolate.
Mostly because, y'all supposed to be like the biggest, the baddest, and clearly it just takes 3 nations to attack you to take you down.
Yeah, it was kind of rough.
It's not, you guys are slayers of dragons.
We need to start doing intense training, like every 5-year-old should be like a level 3.
Yes, training child soldiers. Yes, this is the exact Cormyr we wanted.
Fun. It'll be fun. It's like kiddie
It'll be
classes.
like summer camp. Yeah,
and no one dies. You can train and not get hurt or die. Hello, Angelwood. I mean, okay, but without the death. The Angelwood preschool part.
Yeah, Angel preschool. Yeah, it's a really successful program that they have started.
It's their charter school.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, you guys all have received your endings, and I'm not going to end this session right here. That'd just be so weird. But okay, great. That was
That'd be hilarious.
37 minutes. But no, what I'm gonna do is like open the floor to the players. Like we'll part the veil behind the DM curtain if there was anything like you guys had questions about, like why things happen or how that was planned out.
When can I track Tristan down and kill him?
As if you could.
I'm kidding.
It would take some time because you're all about protecting yourselves right now.
Yeah, no. I have a date, like I have a paperwork job, so like I can get married and shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Polyamorous relationships in Cormyr. What's the consensus on that?
It's fine, yeah. As long as you like everyone's okay with it.
Especially because it's like one of them doesn't have a noble title, so that shouldn't be a problem, you know? Then it'd get awkward.
Who all are you going to court then?
Well, I'm already courting someone. Her name was
What's her
fuck. Her name is Lady Amrel Miswin. She's pretty saucy.
Oh.
Wait, is she? Oh, sorry. Is she still serving True Cormyr?
Yeah.
I guess I should ask that first. Oh, what about my other one? What about Ember and Crown Silver?
Ember and Crown Silver went with the False Queen.
I knew it. I knew he would. I don't know how I knew he would. I was just like,
I mean, his older brother was betrothed to her, so.
Ooh.
So this is Sapphire's cousin. That's not with the False Queen, right?
Yeah, technically, the Crown Silver family has switched to the Dead Queen. Don't think that's any of that.
No one likes Sapphire, so I don't know what point you're making right now. Not a point in your favor, sweetie.
As a DM, who are you expecting to go to the Dead Queen?
When I had it all originally like placed out, I had everyone on the Dead Queen side. But then I rolled something off screen that allowed me to pick one of the players to give them the dream spell to be affected by it, and then it happened to be Iana.
Rip.
If Iana hadn't known she was dead, she would have went with Queen Rachel.
Yeah. What if she had told you she was dead later?
Oh.
Ooh.
Probably would have tried to assassinate her.
Okay.
I mean, you do have an assassin in a sense. I mean, she's a really good thief.
She would have felt so betrayed and tricked, and like, oh, this is what abominations do, you know? I see. I need to put you down. And then she would be hoping by bringing the False Queen's head, she'd be able to rejoin True Cormyr.
Oh, I did have it planned out that if you all joined, like one queen or the other queen would just give up.
Oh, damn
besides, like, so if you all joined, Alicia, Redra would have gave up. If you all joined Redra, the other queen, she would not have given up. She would have put up a fight. But I mean, it was a fractured force. Sure, I mean, she would have been the hardest because she's got 218 hit points, a level 20 champion.
Yikes.
So, yeah. She crits on 18 and above.
Champions have the thing too where they're harder to get down to when they're like,
She's
they're rough, they're nasty.
Yeah, because she doesn't want to be dead. Yucky.
I want.
You're gonna be dead. Stay dead.
I want to know how like I know like we kind of debriefed about it, but like how close were we all dying in that demon fight? Like with Moloch. Is that what?
Yeah.
Because I thought we were all gonna die.
You guys were gonna die. I did have it set up, but then once things like slowly turning in your favor, I started lessening up on his moves that he could do. I started taking less legendary actions.
Yeah.
And then just with that, when he rolled that nat 1, I was like, they got it now. I know they can.
God. That was so close.
Literally
that was
the only time he missed.
Yeah, the only time he missed.
Tristan,
like, and for some people, that one still would have hit their AC. Like,
yeah. I forgot what he has a +2. I think it's like
it was
16.
Yeah. 16, 14.
Like, I'm
was
sure
ridiculous.
Rowan would have got one-shotted by him for sure.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, Tristan would have. Tristan had 33 hit points at that time.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was a rough battle.
And Tristan had no, like, not really any spells left because he had used them all.
Rowan and I were talking about that too. Like, we figured out because he's all martial except for his catapult.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you couldn't get up there and not get one-shotted, so play with gun time.
Yep, that's what I was doing.
No, that cracked me the most is the gun. I was like, okay.
So, like, I reload. This is so fucking funny. And then just, like, long list of initiatives. I fire. I miss.
I missed.
I reload.
I think it was really the fog cloud that was really killing y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Where it was like you take your turn to throw up.
That was fun.
Okay.
But it was so desperate.
I can't even find his.
Because we just kept going down and getting put back up, and like that feeling of like fighting with like 2 hit points, like just fighting for your life with 2 hit points, it's like it's very. Whew.
Yeah. And especially since we knew we couldn't use Revivify.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it makes it scary. Yeah, it makes it even scary. But you know, you appreciate your life more, don't you?
Yeah.
I was going to if anyone did like die, I was gonna like while in the fog cloud, because if you're 5 feet you can touch a person. I was gonna have the Queen's Premonition revivify someone in the darkness.
Honestly, because I had a diamond. Ozzy has a diamond too, so even if it were out in the open, Ozzy would have. Especially if it was the Lord Warder.
Yeah, and then Ayana would have had you guys both murdered.
You would have been dead. It's fine.
Okay, very true. Well, no, because the Queen's Premonition would have got me up.
Yeah. Like what I was planning on doing, if anyone went down, I was going to cast Revivify and then move the Queen's Premonition further away so they did not know who actually did it.
But
I mean, you guys could have nailed it down, but
why would she do that?
It was.
Had you not like fully fleshed out like how loyal to Cormyr she was at that point?
Oh no, she was extremely loyal. It's just the fact that she was also extremely close. She does understand like necromancy is very bad, and she would never do it. But literally, her deity is also about like rebirth and stuff. So in a sense, she would have, if she had got caught, she would have flavored it as something else. Like he was blessed by the light.
He was renewed. So she would lie to herself or just to others. Okay.
Yeah. She would have made herself believe what she did was okay.
Yeah, that happens.
Ro, why do you keep giving us magical items that break your campaigns?
Like, whenever I throw magical items that break, it's mostly because like that campaign is like it's not a permanent one.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like I might as well let them have fun.
I mean, commoners, we don't got shit in commoners.
Yeah, you ain't got shit in commoners.
Well, Quinn does now. Actually, we all got those one magic items, and then Quinn also got that fucking what is it turned into now? A squirrel? Yeah. Like, because I was like, this thing's so creepy. Please.
Oh,
so scary.
Familiar?
Yeah.
She hated it so much.
I forgot.
Millipede or whatever.
I will say in commoners, someone did have a magical item, and then you guys sold it because you never did identify or detect magic on it. Yes, I forgot who it was. Someone had a magical item on them.
Oh.
What was it?
I don't even remember. I think it was
Oh man.
it was I think it was something like a non-important magic. It was like a black one.
Okay.
I'd have to go back in my notes to see who had it.
I don't remember
think it was
selling
me, 'cause
anything.
I never sold
no,
anything.
no one ever picked it up. That's what it
Okay.
was.
Yeah, 'cause I was like-
no.
Yeah.
It was on one of the bodies of
We definitely need to get better at looting as a group.
I mean, I think usually my characters feel uncomfortable with looting. That's usually how it is. It's not that I know that we could. I always know that we could. It's just that my characters never see that as normal or legitimate thing to do.
in the future. I mean, I like the whole dropping the loot thing in front of y'all. It just makes it instead of okay, you guys look around.
I mean, I don't mind.
I have hidden things. If you don't look around, I won't put one item on there too. I have done that before.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't really mind either type. Like I've had DMs do it where it's I have a list of items. If you don't look in certain areas or you roll really low, you won't get all of them. That kind of thing. Or
Mine's
some items are hidden.
Yeah, mine's more of if you look at these people and you just go through their pockets, this is what you find. Now, if you're I want to search the area around, then I'm okay, I have some hidden gems sometimes. Very rare.
Gems.
Yeah, I don't think we've it's been rare that we search.
Well, we don't get into
stuff.
combat that often. Did we search the Black Knight? I mean, I was dead, so.
No, we were literally sprinted with your body.
Yeah. Very fair.
But yeah, let's jump back to Cormyr. Or Josiah doesn't know anything about commoners.
I'm intrigued all the same.
Al, are you happy with the way things ended for Osseous?
I think so. For Ozzy, it's really hard because it was a choice between.
I'm just testing. I'm sorry.
Okay. Tradition and exploration, but that
Oh, you're
recorded. Although naturally he would have gone with exploration. Oh, am I back?
You're fine.
Okay, now you're back.
Okay, sorry. Naturally it would have gone with exploration, as she did a lot for him and his fathers. It was the fact that she was brought back. It was very triggering, and he didn't understand or agree with the way Alicia, was that her name? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Alicia handled all of the Sembia and open war stuff. It wasn't it.
Yeah.
I've noticed for my characters though, the way Ugo runs or Fjord is naturally inclined to run away. I noticed that Osseous did the same, but it made sense.
Mm-hmm.
For their backstory. That's just the need to get away from it all, because it was way too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I am very curious about what we don't know about Tristan that affected his decision.
Yeah.
Let me read up a little. So Tristan wasn't a noble until the new queen. So his mom is the royal physician, but basically put some lavender on it, honey, you'll be fine. Not actually magical healing, very holistic. And his dad is I think first mate is what we said?
I think he was a first mate, yeah.
First mate of a ship. And so Tristan grew up like in a very like rigorous household, like around nobles, but was not a noble. Worked on the ship for a while to learn how to like operate ships and everything. So very much like knew his place in the world. And when he got to his teen years, he actually started almost rebelling because it was before the queen had fully taken the throne, and Ozzy started fighting in the arena.
Tristan.
Tristan, sorry.
Tristan. Oh.
Tristan started fighting in the arena.
We all wanna be you.
I literally typed Osriel in my backstory.
Oh god.
And so during like he got really good at arena fighting, and that's where he got like the athlete background, and that's where I give him that and his skill with the glaive. But then he got beaten really badly, like couldn't even compete, got up to a certain rank and was doing great, everybody loved him, and then bam, like smacked in the face. And so he ended up that's when he went into the Wizard Academy and started training to be a wizard. And for Tristan, necromancy really wasn't a hit or miss. It was a rule, and he knew he needed to follow that rule, like not be a necromancer. But if necromancy was allowed, he would have probably like looked at it to gain more power. For him, it was all about status and all about ranking himself up, even over his parents. Like, he loves his parents and he knows they'll be fine and be able to manage in their own way as long as they're alive, and he checked on them. But he wanted that step up, and so when he was fired, that honestly, him getting fired was the turning point. He probably wouldn't have gone with her if he had still the guarantee of I could be the Mage Royal eventually.
So,
but then
yeah,
he got fired, and so
if Queen Alicia had messaged Tristan instead, well, if Ayana was the one that got fired and Queen Alicia was the one that was like, hey, you need to bring them back to the right path, I think Ayana still would have went with Queen Alicia because she doesn't care about being fired. So that would have been very different. Wow.
Yeah, and Tristan 100% would have like gone to bat for you of trying to get you back.
Yeah, like, I need this promotion.
But I will say, even though Tristan was fired, Tristan was supposed to become, if you guys did side with Alicia, you were supposed to become the first mage of the Grand Order.
Yeah, and
which is, I mean, a super new title, but
and Tristan would have been happy with that, but it was very much like he thought in that time, one, he hated the what's her name? Eowyn. The way Eowyn treated him, he was like he did lie to her. Full stop, did lie. But she just like fired him and like went around to all the people around him and promoted them around him. And he was just like, fuck this bitch. He was pissed. And so, yeah, that was kind of his spiral down to, okay, she's been revivified, who cares?
I adore Tristan. Like, now knowing all of that, oh my god, like, what a well written and played character. Like, props, bravo.
Thank you.
Like,
I don't know, like that was so shocking.
That duality though is so funny though, because the way that Ozzy was promoted, Ozzy is always in this position where they don't think highly of themselves because of what they've done. And so to be promoted and then go up to you and be like, I literally do not trust myself with any form of power. And that's the way I built Ozzy, was like, I could have made them a Lord Warder, but I was like, it needs to follow somebody, because without guidance, this bitch is lost. This bitch is gone, away, miles away. I feel like Ozzy was so loyal to Tristan, but either way, it would have stopped at, okay, this bitch is undead. Like, I can't follow you into
Yep.
like it just
Into
doesn't
death
do
match.
everything.
Definitely. I love the way like Ozzy played. I had thought the Sword of Fate was like so dark. I was like, but it was like cinematic.
It was just a
way
random
I was
spell
ready, I
that
was
I had. I was like, damn.
I know that Oreo's Ozzy scene was top tier. What the
I don't know, I was actually crying.
Yeah.
I had a bad. I thought in my head I was like, damn, this is gonna be so awkward if Ozzy lives and then it does enough damage to kill Oreo. I was like, oh my god, you're just.
Ooh. Obvious,
Hopefully the
that
other
was
way
so
around,
obvious, I
would've been-
think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so weird too, because now I imagine Ozzy like on the road. I imagine they strip themselves of their armor and their shield. They're not praying a lot. They're literally going around with a necromancer who they promised to kill. Like, it's so. I feel like at this point, it's sort of in a state where it's like lost faith, but not really. Knows that they're damned. Feels as if nothing can help them. Definitely, sort of where they were after they left the Dale Lands, where it's just like this wandering, empty person. And that's what it got to when I put the Sword of Fate. I was like, I can't do this.
So when I created Ayana, Ro kind of told me that we were all going to be in the military, and I've never really had a lawful character before, especially not a super lawful character. And for me, I kind of knew, like, based on my like opinions on like lawfulness, is that it's really easy to fall into evil. Like, for what I personally would consider evil, if you're just following the laws, because the people you're following can be corrupted, and if you're just doing that, you're not thinking of like your own morals, your own self. You're just going based off like what is lawful. You can very easily and quickly just slide into something horrible. So I wanted Ayana to be the average Cormyrian girl, like in every way. Like, I love my country. I love my queen. I want to be. I want to continue my family name. Be a noble. I want to have fun. I love cats.
Yeah, that's the big one.
That's the biggest thing, obviously.
There's a new law that says if you support the undead queen, you hate cats.
Honestly, yeah.
Never.
It's like just gives you more can. Like, when these walls come down, that bitch is still alive.
We should just start spreading propaganda that the undead queen actually hates cats, and all the people hate cats, and they kill cats over there. No one would ever join them. Like, I heard you guys kill cats.
The one allergic person in Cormyr is just like,
I gotta get over there.
Waiting for this day.
Gets to the castle, it's filled with cats. Oh, damn it.
Oh, shit.
I hate it.
I've been bamboozled.
But yeah, like, even if Queen Alicia was like irredeemably evil in every way, like, Ayana would have followed her, based just on not just the law, because it's not that she's attached to the law. It's how she was raised. Like, she was raised to see it that as deplorable, and it's still in effect. Like, you cannot be queen if you are dead or like have been dead. So her saying like, "Oh, it's allowed now," doesn't mean anything because you're dead.
Is she
Like,
lawful neutral or lawful good?
Who?
Or just lawful?
Ayana.
Ayana is lawful good. She believes she wants to do good. Like, she believes she does good. She believes that Cormyr is the pinnacle of goodness. So by following the laws of Cormyr, by being as close to Cormyr as you can, you're doing the most possible good in the world that you can.
She's very patriotic.
Yes, I wanted to make a fucking patriot. I just really wanted to stretch my wings and do something fucking crazy, you know.
I will say each of the royal family was a different version of good. So you have Alicia, who's lawful good. The mage royal was neutral good, and then Redra was chaotic good. So she would always put herself first.
Yep, I could tell by the way she was like, actually, being undead is not that. It's fine. But she wasn't campaigning for that shit before. I was like, interesting.
What about Roddick? Like, how was Roddick born into the world?
Yeah, I pretty much just wanted to play a fun and funny character. There's not a whole lot to him, and I did that intentionally because I this was my first campaign with you guys, and I kind of wanted to play a simple kind of character that wouldn't actually have a ton of weight in the story, but more just be like along for the ride. And yeah, maybe the next character I do for the next campaign will be a little bit more weighty, you know, like actually have a little bit more narrative weight to them. But yeah, I kind of just, you know, I wanted to take it easy and have some fun, and it was a lot of fun.
I loved Roddick. Roddick was so much fun.
Roddick has my entire heart.
When Roddick was like, kiddo, I was just like, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, and you know, that was, I can't remember how old I decided I wanted him to be, but I think it was I was just using that art breeder website to come up with like concepts for like what he'd look like, and then I just like was just kind of randomizing things and looking at it, you know, like sliding the age filter up, and then I found this and I was like, oh yeah, he's like old and Irish, like that's who he is. Like, it just clicked. So yeah, but maybe there's a spider on my wall.
Ooh.
Oh.
It's not a big one. I don't worry about spiders unless they're big. It's the big ones that freak me out. But yeah, anyway. Maybe there is a little bit. Maybe if I might resurrect Roddick, maybe in like a later campaign. Not even with you guys. Like maybe, you know, with some other people. Or yeah, I love doing that with characters, kind of keeping them on the back burner and thinking, oh, you know, maybe they'd fit in this world, or someone, you know, wanted to do this campaign, but yeah.
Is there anything?
Oh,
go ahead.
Is there anything that could have made Roddick join Queen Redra?
If you had.
If Ayana still had joined Alicia, would there have been anything that Alicia or Redra had said, or anything that would be like, ooh, fuck?
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, that's also how I wanted to play Roddick. Like, very loyal. Like, he's also the only lawful good character I've ever played. I'm only ever playing, like, I do kind of tend to play more like support, like kind of funny type characters in campaigns. Like, I love to play a bard. I play a mean bard. Like a goofy kind of out there bard, and then the other character I'm playing in my other campaign right now is a drunken master, a monk, and he kind of serves the same purpose. But he's the first lawful good character I'd ever played too, and I think when I thought of Roddick, I just thought his main thing was like loyalty, and not necessarily loyalty to like the realm or like his oath, but like the people around him that he really cared about. And yeah, very like kind of chain of command type, but also like, oh, it's like he really did care for Ayana, you know. And he didn't have any kids of his own. He never married, you know. He was like, oh, I think he really did kind of think of himself as like your surrogate father figure.
Father figure.
I adore him.
Yeah. So I'm glad I was able to kind of fit that in at the end. Yeah.
Was there any death that like really hit y'all? Like,
I was sad about Fabian.
Me, super sad about Fabian. Tristan,
Ayana was like, she.
Are you really far away from
She
your
felt-
microphone?
Just call me Ron.
No, are you really far away from your microphone?
Oh, microphone.
There we go.
Yes, Ayana, when Fabian died, she was mostly like sad for him, not just for being dead, but also because, like, legitimately, she was like, he never got to tell Tristan how he felt.
Rose, settle this. Did Fabian like Tristan?
Doesn't matter.
I will say, there could have been a future, but it would have to require Tristan to give up like his position. Like he would not date Tristan if Tristan was still a mage royal. He definitely would not have.
So what you're
Yeah,
saying
no,
is
no.
there's attraction.
Yeah, there was some. I mean, he saw him as like an equal, and then the fact that, I mean, they were technically polar opposites. Like they both excelled very well. One just did not like rules. The other one technically liked rules.
And that's so
guidance.
funny because Fabian.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
But it was
I think-
also slated that Fabian was going to become like technically against his will, but an official like Lord Warder.
Mhm.
But he would just had a small, shitty little town underneath him. I feel like if Fabian survived and Tristan stayed on Alicia's side, there definitely could have been a relationship. But it's just the fact that he's like, well, fuck, if I'm stuck in this position.
I think Tristan saw him as like he's a good like high school friend that like I'd have a fling with if I went back home for a while. But like there's nothing coming out of this. Like it's very much Tristan's very much like I want to be promoted. I want
I think Fabian, if I'm remembering right, his family did outrank yours.
Mm.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. He does come from a long line of I think they're geomancers is what their official things are. No, Geo's like Earth. He's a geomancer wizard.
Wow.
The death of the Overlord, the
Riven
hot
or-
one.
Oh, Riven.
No.
Oh wait, or
Yeah.
no, the
Not
one
Riven.
It was the one right
Giovanni.
before.
Giovanni.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one right before the
Giovanni.
demon.
That one.
He was cool too.
Yeah, he was like, I want to be his best friend. Like,
Yeah.
he's so cool. And then
and that bitch.
that, and
Giovanni.
obviously,
That was
like,
fucking priceless.
Paula's partner.
Snow, yeah.
Yeah, Snow.
Thomas and Faye really got me too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Poor
Snow
Faye.
made me sad because of Paula. I don't know why, but I just adore Paula. And I think the reason why was because she became so open about herself that it inspired Ozius to do the same.
Oh.
Like if I had the opportunity to roleplay wise, Ozius like would have thanked Paula.
Aw.
Yeah. Paula with Poggers.
Paula was Paula.
Yes, I'm very glad Paula and stay with the true queen, and we'll raise
Why-
her
I would-
paladin Cormyr.
I was gonna ask you, Ro, why did Paula and why did those NPCs side with who they sided with? Like each one individually. I'm very
So-
intrigued.
Yeah, so when they arrived at what's the city that they arrived at, it was made clear to them that the city supported the true queen. They got some information that Redra did die. It was a rumor that was going around. But most of the loyalists to Redra kept it under wraps. But it was it was a rough interaction, and they are true Cormyans. The only reason Paula joined into specific, I can never say that word, is just for the safety of her daughter.
Mm.
That's
Safe
what she
country.
took. Yeah,
We
she
stand
was like,
Mom.
yeah,
We don't want to
she
be
was
on
like-
desecrated grounds and ruins raising my child.
Mm-mm-mm.
So yeah, but it was.
So wait, so what did Faye like? Who went where?
Faye was originally slated for the True Queen. But she took an arrow to the back from Lucerina.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Hey, my beloved.
Now, Lucerina, I will say, like I was mapping it all out. Like I had a little randomizer that did everything for me. I mean, she took down like the barbarian, a monk, and then yeah, the barbarian, the monk, and the fighter, and then was defeated by Paula.
Oh,
Mm.
Yeah, so she managed to kill three of her equals, and then was just taken down by a mage.
well, she told me
Damn.
really well, yeah.
Yeah.
Faye, I loved Faye so much. I'm so sad. Like, I feel like Faye, Ayana, and
Yeah.
Roddick would have been like and Rowan would be like a perfect little like friendship squad.
Yeah.
Would
I will say it did
Roddick-
suck that she died off screen.
Yeah. Would
Yeah, that
Roddick,
was unceremonious. I had to really choke back the. We were like busy doing something, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Faye,
Faye.
oh."
Did
you know.
would Roddick have fallen in love with Faye eventually?
You know, well, she was quite a bit young. I think he also kind of thought of her as like a older daughter figure.
Hmm.
Let me see. I think she was in her mid-30s.
Okay.
Yeah, she
Oh.
served
Yeah.
in the army for some good time.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think there was any romance there.
Okay. Just me wishing.
Yeah.
Longing.
It was platonic. It was platonic. It was love, but it was platonic love.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sweet though.
I will say Faye was a something. I'm staring at her page.
A something.
She
A
was
person
something.
into night. So she had access to some spells, but she had to learn them from other people.
Oh.
Yeah. So she managed to learn like guidance and quicken. Never got to use it.
That is one thing about this campaign, because it was short. There were definitely like aspects of Tristan that I didn't get to like play with, and like some of the spells that I didn't really get to see their full potential of.
Oh,
Yeah.
In the style
I felt
that
the
he
same
is.
about Ozzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
I feel the same about Ayana. I feel like this campaign highlighted very like specific but small part of her. Like obviously like her in wartime is not how she sees like herself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I see why Lucerina won.
Oh.
The thing, because Lucerina was originally a Griffin scout, so what that means, she had also, not only did she have like the not material, she had like the ballistas and stuff like that. She also had a Griffin that was attached to her sheet. So that's what really pushed her over.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That's why she's such a beast.
Yeah.
Griffin.
Yeah, she never used. I ended up switching her just to being a hunter, but I forgot to remove that thing that she got.
You killed Faye!
No, Faye died very early off.
Yeah. Faye died before that.
That'd be
Hey.
worse.
What did everyone think about the large scale combat?
Oh yeah,
I liked it.
It was hard.
you did have a lot.
It's interesting. Yeah, you had a lot.
I
I would
It was interesting.
oh, go ahead, Al.
Sneeze. I will say, like, the way it was set up for Ozzy's Conclave specifically, it was a lot easier for me to be able to manage and be like, okay, I need to heal this group, or oh, I can use my whole conclave and know I can do a lot of damage if I want to do a damage spell. It was honestly I love to play clerics, but from a cleric's perspective, it made me make decisions a lot faster of what I was going to do with the conclave. Then I got to Ozzy and I'm like, fuck, what the fuck am I doing?
It's like a long list of spells. I can do kind of anything I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if I had if I knew, or maybe I guess it would be like if I was involved in the process of creating them, it would have been a lot easier. But because not only did I not interact with any of these people before then, I didn't know any of their classes. I didn't know them at all.
You found them out,
and they all had yeah, and they all had such different abilities and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will say in that aspect, I would say for Lost Tonight, it was easier for me to manage Luke because I know the Hexblade.
Mm-hmm.
Gumi is a Hexblade, so it's so much easier for me to manage that as opposed to you, where you have all of these character sheets and they all do different things and you don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me it was Vicky was pretty standard cleric. So for me it was pretty easy. I only had Tristan and Vicky pretty much, and every once in a while Luke or one of the others. Which it was spellless, and it was combat only lasts a couple rounds usually. So.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? If it had all been on D&D Beyond, I wouldn't have struggled.
No.
No, it's not his fault. It's just trying to something about looking at a Roll20 character sheet just makes my mind shut down because it's so ugly.
Well, I mean, what cracks me the most is I made it even an NPC, so everything was right there.
Mm-hmm. It all looked very easy, but I was like, I can't read this.
Kaya.exe has stopped responding. You're me the best.
Yeah.
Oh.
If I ever plan on doing another large scale one, and I'll be with people you already know. In one of the campaigns that I have playing, I'm not sure which one it is. There's another instance where a large scale could break out, but it's gonna be oh, these are I have 4 other fucking little soldiers in my group. It's not a super.
Yeah, it's Simon got increasingly very easy to do, and whatever that monk bitch was, or Katrina, yeah, she got easy because I kept choosing them because.
Yeah, you already were doing a monk, and she was only a monk of the shield. The only thing that was different is she could have a shield.
And I never used that ability because I didn't want to do anything extra. I was
Roddick used it.
Yeah. Roddick
did really great with it.
Yeah. I mean, it gave you advantage and let you crit at 19 or higher.
Yes.
That was the real helpful.
Oh, I love it. Critting as a fighter is whoa.
I want to play Fabian's class one time because that was just that
was
world changing magic that's global scale. Yeah, that was cool.
That's hot, yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have to make it on Roll20, or hopefully someone made it on D&D Beyond.
I'm sure there's someone with D&D Beyond. Yeah. If not, I'll do it.
Yeah, if not, we'll do it.
I'll do my damn self.
I can easily just send you it. I mean, there was some extra homebrew stuff. Technically, he had to spend 8 hours to connect to this and then roll, and then I would have to look at the world map to see what tectonic line lined up with it, or if it was a minor line. It's so much paperwork you have to do. But once you're into it, yeah, you can do some scary shit.
That sounds amazing to me, honestly. One of the wizards that I want to play in a future campaign is a glyph wizard. I think it'd be so much fun to do but with the way we play the campaigns, it's kind of hard to be a glyph wizard because we're definitely not usually the plan out a combat encounter for.
Yeah.
It's usually just we walk in. Oh, there's the bad guy. We beat them up.
I feel like the only time that we'd actually plan something out was at the boar battle when we did Angelwood. Like,
Oh yeah.
like one of the only times.
I for the battle in this campaign, the first episode of the big battle.
Yeah.
We sort of had a little bit of a
But we
plan.
didn't even.
Had a little thing going on.
But everything went wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess it was. Yeah, because we evacuated everyone in the town, and they were all on the boats. But then a boat came. But the boat only attacked the castle, and my original like instinct had been to put like the most vulnerable people in the keep because it was so far away from the front lines. But I was like, let's just really be safe and get them in the water.
Yeah.
Although I will say the one thing that was right was my Chum of the Vintage. Thank you,
Yeah.
my Trinidad.
Yeah.
That was nice.
That
was so exciting.
when the boat had the mass dispel, it kind of like fucked over every plan I had for the next episode entirely. Like, they didn't have their shields, but they could raise their shields pretty much at any time, and so it was just like, okay, well, because like Tristan's specialty is dispelling magic, and didn't even cross my mind to like try to do that when their shields were down, because the whole army of automatons just but it was still a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun, Ro.
It was.
It was a very well thought out campaign. Sometimes I get in a group and I get like 5 sessions in, and then I'm like, oh, this really isn't going anywhere, is it? And I never felt that way with this campaign. Like, it was really good. And you moved it along like when you had to, like you do time skips at like the right time and stuff, and like it just felt good.
I will say for like future campaigns, there's definitely like the evil campaign. We'll have, of course, like the campaign that's coming after this campaign in June. That one is definitely going to be like more like planning, because you guys got to find the right time when to like go do your missions. So like that'll dabble into that, so it gives me experience there. It will be very weird to play all the good people versus DMs are normally all the bad people. Not this time.
Marcella's not a bad person. How dare you?
Okay, so
my character would disagree.
Sure, Jen.
Oh wow, I killed you once.
It was one time and you can't get over it.
What a baby.
Oh, that's so mean.
Ro, was there anything that you wanted from this campaign that you either got or you didn't get, or?
I really wanted to. This campaign was mostly to try out large scale battles. Like that was one of like my main things. Other than that, it was to in a sense figure out just like how each of your minds work. So in future campaigns, I have like that knowledge to be like, okay, pull back there, push more there. It gave me like a better understanding.
I really liked stepping outside of like the Sword Coast and like seeing what's going on in some other countries. That was really interesting, especially because it's like the same timeline, but it feels so foreign.
Oh,
you know?
I will say this is my first ever, well, not first ever, but like my first ever streamed campaign that was not part of the Sword Coast. So that was a little weird for me.
And it's our first fully completed campaign.
Yes, this is.
It is. Yeah. Oh my
Is
god.
that
Wait,
right?
hold up.
That does not end in a whole entire TPK.
Yeah, that's usually our normal way to end.
You know, that's actually true for me too. I really appreciated that about this campaign too, that it was like definitive, like, okay, we're gonna it has an end. Because whenever I play D&D, it's just like we all play until someone's schedule makes it so they can't anymore, or until we just get tired, or like whatever, until it falls apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the nice thing about this too is very story driven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rogart definitely knew like where he wanted to go and where he wanted to end, but it was a nice pathing for us.
Like I like a few different styles of D&D. So that's like, I'm fine with like, the long running, like tumbling, don't know where you're going kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the like usually small folks, not where we are right now in small folks, but if anything happens to Gumi, we'll be there again, And then like some more structured things like this or Angelwood.
Yeah. I mean, that's another thing. Angelwood and this campaign are my most structured campaigns. Like, I have the opportunity, at least with Angelwood, this campaign was like, I knew point A, point B, point C. There was no like diverging. If any of you guys were like, oh, well, I'm going to head over to that town across the street. I was like, oh no, you go to the town, that town wiped out.
No. For me personally, I definitely like more story driven ones like this. Like even from Angelwood to Commoners, where Angelwood we can kind of fuck around a little bit. It's definitely a lot more structured as to where in Commoners I found like, where the fuck am I going? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing what I'm being told to do. Like, I definitely prefer that more. Oh, hello. But yeah.
Yeah. I will say it's fun. I will say the one thing I liked about this campaign the most was the like all like the stuff I did inside Roll20, like putting in the laws, because we had different money doing that stuff. I will say that's like my first ever. Normally I just throw it all in like Roll20. I throw it all in Discord, and I sometimes end up losing it. And this I'm like, no, I'm like, if I go to this section, it's all alphabetized for me.
Yeah.
I can easily be like, okay, I need to see Tristan. Okay, I know everyone in his chapter that quick. 3 clicks versus this, I'd have to go, okay, where's Cormyr? Up there's Cormyr. Okay, lost. Okay, scroll up.
Especially since our Discord is so full.
Yeah.
I definitely I like having all the handouts and everything, and like having the symbols that we can reference and stuff in Roll20. I just, like I told you before, I like my journal to be in Discord because it's because I'm streaming, it's easier to
I never, like, if my journal's on Roll20, I will never use it.
It's like the only person who ever used their journal was Al.
It's so funny because that's the way that I am. Like, if I look at Ugo's journal, like, it has all my relationships, like my items that I collected, like it's very clean and concise. I don't like to use my private journals or chats just to like talk to Rogar about shit. If I want to talk to Rogar about shit, I'll call him or I'll message him. Like, I don't like it messy.
It does get a little messy, I will say. Like, when I look at some of your guys' things, I'm like okay. Yeah, it's like it's like random fat just thrown in there. I'm like, oh, what? Like, you guys, you wouldn't know Josiah's private one. It's just empty. Never used it.
Mine's pretty empty. It's just,
I think mine is just the info I told.
I do keep like a notebook, like a OneNote notebook open when I'm streaming, so my notes there are a little more detailed, or I'll have like a paper notebook.
I have a paper notebook.
But definitely the Discord notes are more like for me, they're more, this is private stuff that Ro and I will need to run. Like, for commoners, it's all the, like, school stuff.
Yeah.
What we could do too, what I was thinking is like a private journal for like when we can actually keep track of stuff, and then just a private chat for you and the DM, so you don't have to like private message them or have it mixed up in all the information that you need to track too.
Yeah.
I'm fine with mine being messy, but that's me.
And I will say, like, sometimes I was like, I think the only person that like I trust, like when I go to their page,
Demand.
I know I was looking at commoners and I was like, why is Alan here? After a couple of, I was going through everyone's pages and I was like, I feel like most of like the things, they always start out really good. And then it just starts having like random information that I'm like,
girl, for what?
And then I start losing things. Like Sky's commerce thing is not only is it commoners, it's also Angelwood. I get so confused. And then but yeah, the easiest one to ever read is probably Al's. It's like everything is there. I can just jump to it.
You're so nice.
Yeah. It's like all the other ones, it starts out like, okay, it's like, okay, I got your goals. Here goes your items. Here goes shit about another campaign.
Oh, is that, yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely have like lords and ladies in my commoners, I think, or I did.
Yeah.
Mine are either like literally like empty other than whatever Ro says to me and like a comment I have on whatever Ro just said. Or it's just like if I have a question like in the middle of the session that I don't want to ask out loud.
Yeah. I pretty much only keep like private stuff in it. That's like not really like, they're either quick notes or they're like important stuff that I want to remember and add to my notes that I don't have access to right away.
Oh, that's who it is. I was wondering why there was one random thing shared in junk. But no, we will announce. I mean, we still have a whole bunch of time. This is a super chill like after party.
Yeah.
Our next campaign will be starting in June for Saturdays. June 26th to be exact. It's gonna feature we got Lost. I'm trying to like point to you. But okay, you're over here on the screen. Up here. Oh, I had to write it first. Damn, look at me. I guessed it. And then it has Josiah and Kaya, and then everyone knows Sky from the other one. Al will not be here with this one, but we will see Al in a few weeks, because May we're gonna dive into fjords, little background just to see what's going on over there. What else? After that,
So how long does that run?
Say what?
How long does that run?
Fjords?
All Things Falls or
All Things Falls. And
All
Fjords.
Things
Honestly, how long is this stuff running?
Fjords is 3 episodes, so I think it's the
Okay.
May 1st, May 8th, May 15th. And then you guys have your break.
Make first. I might be able to do May 1st.
Oh, okay, so May 8th, May 15th, May 22nd.
8th,
You teleported.
May 8th.
I might not be able to do May 1st if that's what.
May
Oh, yeah, so we can push it to the 8th, the 15th, and the 22nd.
22nd.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because the next Saturday campaign doesn't start until the 26th. I like giving my players like almost a month in between so they can get like their old character out of their system. And then All Things Fall. All Things Fall.
You said like 10 episodes?
Yeah, it's about 10. It's a very short campaign.
How many episodes was this? Yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to think. I was like, did we start playing in
Here,
January?
let me go to YouTube.
We did. Luckily enough, I always put the start date, so we started January 16th, and we're ending April 14th, 17th.
And we only had one Saturday. We took the Thanksgiving or Valentine's Day Saturday off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a
So you'd have to count. I think this one was about 14.
Absolute.
Yeah.
Content.
Okay.
That seems right.
Cormyr episodes.
I'm
I think
jumping to-
12.
Okay.
No, it's got to be longer than that. It's got to be like 14.
5, 6,
11, 12, 13.
6, 7. Yeah, so 13. Yeah.
13, yeah.
Yeah, so
I
it's a
did not
little-
Shit.
feel like this was a short campaign. I'm gonna be honest, but like it's not that it was like long. It's just like
We did a lot.
yeah, it's like I don't know. Like I feel like 10 weeks is a significant amount of time to me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like, which I don't mind. I'm very excited for all things Saw.
Mhm.
If it was like actually like short, I'd be like, especially the amount of work you're making us put into it.
Oh, yeah, that dumb questionnaire.
Don't
But,
call it. Don't.
No, for this one, I will say, I mean, the only time we've ever had an extra episode was the battle.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
And I guess in a sense that kind of made up for that one Saturday we missed because of Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
that's good.
Like this one was very cut and dry. I mean, it could not have been if you guys chose all the wrong things.
Mhm.
But no. Everyone played their character correctly, and I was happy with everyone's
Yeah.
choices.
Okay.
I was shocked. I think the only person who actually threw me was Tristan, because I figured once he found out that his family was with the True Queen, I thought he was gonna go with the True Queen.
That was definitely because we hadn't talked about it before, like the episode previous. That was definitely a step decision of like thinking about. That's why I was silent like that whole episode. I was just like processing it in my brain of like, okay, but what would actually Tristan do here? And yeah, I definitely I think and feel like it follows what Tristan would want and what Tristan would do.
Power? Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Power.
like Tristan's the kind of person that like if lichdom was offered to them, they'd be like, maybe like this, like live eternity with all ultimate power, maybe.
So Tristan played a part to get where he needed to be, and it wasn't anything more than that. And then when the part no longer served him, then that part was done. On to the next part.
Yeah. I do wish more of his like, because I definitely wanted some like role play moments with like Ayana and like Roddick of just like us practicing, like Tristan showing off his like skill with the glaive, and to get more of that like athlete part to come out. But
yeah, it was
we
kinda
were
like
busy.
yeah,
we were busy.
like very role play light.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like I made like a more role play character kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I think that's the only thing I wish that I could have gotten more out of this campaign.
Now I will say I did warn most of you that this was a very heavy campaign. There was not going to be a lot of role playing.
Yeah.
At first, I had it set up to where you, because I was going off of like previous campaigns, and you guys don't really hang out. So in this, I was like, well, it's fine.
well,
You
usually
just
there's
won't
like
hang
so
out.
many NPCs just around.
Yeah, so I literally made it like my original goal was Ayana and Tristan were gonna have the most interaction, and then the NPCs were more for like the other characters.
Yeah.
I definitely felt
I mean,
like
that's
that,
why
though.
it would have helped if I had two other players. I feel like it would have been a little bit more balanced. Because I mean, it is very hard to play 12 other characters who are always in close proximity.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely feel like it fit the style of the campaign, though. Like,
yeah, it did. I guess when you kept saying it was a heavy campaign, In my head, that did not mean. I didn't think you were
Combat.
saying battle heavy. I thought you were saying literally like emotion heavy.
Yeah, same.
Like
Same. I thought this was going to be a fucking depressing one.
yeah, I didn't know you meant battle. Because to me, like a battle heavy campaign is not. I mean, it's just battle heavy. It's not heavy. You know, like I would say, like a
I didn't mean like
campaign is heavy.
Yeah. I still loved it. I think I definitely did take that into consideration with the next campaign, though. With the All Things Fall, I was like, he's got a background. It's
yeah. But I did feel like I introduced like the little survey thing for that campaign. It doesn't actually make any sense since this one is going to be almost like Cormyr in the sense of it's pretty much like you guys have an episode. It's kind of, in a sense, it's like I blended Cormyr and Angelwood, where it's like you have a role play episode. You might have a combat, but you probably will.
Mhm.
It's like more like we plan, we go. We plan, we go.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I just want to try out that.
Yeah, my character is a little like I wanted to for her at knowing that it was going to be like battle heavy. I blended her characteristics into battle, like
Mhm.
like how she kills and the pleasure she takes in it. Like that is like a main characteristic, basically.
Yeah.
Because Roddick was so simple, I didn't really feel like I wasn't getting enough role play. Like because it really was like I was just like I'm gonna build a really bare bones. He hardly even had a backstory.
Yeah.
So it was like the little superficial
was
things.
just
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it was like the little superficial things I was able to do were like more than enough for me.
As opposed to mine, where I sent Rogar a
Yeah.
fucking essay of a
Yeah.
backstory. I will send
Yeah.
you all this backstory. I swear to God, it is so long.
I'll read
so
it. Yeah.
detailed and precise.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ayana didn't have much. I mean, like she had like her family and her drinking problem and her, you know, little patriot, like, you know, just want to be a good girl, get married, advance the family name, bullshit going on.
I guess a question to Kaya and Josiah.
Yes.
I know, like in game, Ayana really took it to heart when Roddick came out as a dog lover.
Yeah.
Did you
Yikes.
guys? Did that like affect things? Like, do you feel like
no.
if it was more role play heavy, like it would have came up maybe a little bit more?
Oh, if it was more
Maybe.
role play heavy, it would have came up a lot more. Yeah, like
Yeah.
probably she would have like went and gotten a cat, like, and just commanded Roddick to care for this cat and try to
Yeah.
see if like his heart can open up completely to a cat, and then she would know whether she could trust him or not. You know.
What would have happened was she would have pretended to love it around you, and then whenever you left, it would have been like, I got my eye on you. That's what would have happened.
At the end, she would have hired a druid to speak with animals and like get the
Yeah.
get the cat side of the story. Like,
Oh, I
so how do
imagine,
you
like,
feel about Roddick?
Yeah. I imagine like a session like side quest 2 where like you put me in charge of babysitting the cat and it runs away. And so I have to like I have to like go
God.
find it and like fight some like
Distract Ayana. Like,
Yeah,
Spin off
Yeah, spin off. You have to
Fight
go find this
something,
lost
yeah.
Trissom or whatever they're called.
and even though I don't care about it, I'm like, God, fucking gotta get Ayana's cat. Yeah. I think that would have happened.
I will say that's like one of the random laws that I was like most obsessed with was like the fact that they had a law that, you know, cats were just off limits. I think because I haven't looked into any of the other like not factions, the other like countries within Faerun.
Mm-hmm.
So just seeing one that's like we are dedicated to cats, like I kind of got like the backstory of like they have like an entire city that has the Trissoms. So it's like, you know, it's a sacred animal, but then it's like this is really don't fucking touch a cat or you know you gonna get hurt.
Honestly, I liked it. It felt like it helped flesh
It
out
gave it
the
character.
nation a little bit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because every nation has those weird things.
Yeah.
America, you're not
Guns.
entitled to free healthcare.
Everyone has
It's
all
like
the guns.
Canadians love, maple syrup. America hates its people. You know, those weird
Yeah.
kind of things.
Little things. Yeah.
God. It's crazy. Yeah. Let's see. Was there anything behind the scenes that I did not give out? So little to everyone's knowledge, Rowan is actually a set of triplets.
What?
Yeah.
Hello?
That's why she was always everywhere.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so
god,
there's
that makes
one
Wait,
sense.
so
person-
she still didn't tell me?
No, that's something she will never tell.
Oh, that's like the
I
prestige.
feel so
That's like
violated.
Christopher
Yeah.
Nolan type shit.
That's
yeah.
really
Hilarious.
creepy. I
remember it's
hate
part of her
that.
thing, yeah.
That's
She's
fucking
a set of
cool.
triplets. That's why they always go by the name Rowan.
That's so
Oh.
cool. I love
So
that.
they don't have to remember their real names. They're just like, oh, I'm
Well,
Rowan.
are they? Yeah. Are they
That's
all
so
okay with
creepy.
Nadia telling Ayana that they're
They
elves?
the other two don't know yet.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
this was just
Oh my
Nadia
god.
is always the one who's always at your side. The other ones, there was one who saw not only did like what was his name? Oriel see the handoff, but it was her other sister was what are their names? Just give me a quick second.
Yeah, because I was wondering, I was like, how did Rowan see that handoff and be by my side?
Yeah, yeah. So it's Nadia, Nadine, and Nasir. So Nasir is
wow.
technically they, them, and then it's the two she, hers. So that's why they did she and they. Because it was part of their, like, in case, they didn't want to be misgendered.
I love them so much. I love them all.
Okay, as long as Nadia's usually the one that's
Yeah,
'Cause
Nadia's
I
your
did-
personal, like, she was
okay,
assigned
that's
to
fine
you.
then. Because like, I don't know. I think Ayana would be very
Yeah. It just,
like,
it cracked me
feel
up.
very betrayed if
Yeah.
it was like
So which
there was-
one? Which one did we catapult up into that tower that one time? With the fog, you remember?
yeah, like
Yeah,
in- they climbed and
Yeah.
no, that was Nadia.
Okay.
So,
So she was like with us the whole time.
No, yeah,
so
most of the
Nadine and
time.
Nasir like kind of run around and like gather like secrets kind
Yeah,
of thing.
Gotcha.
so their other two sheets is Nasir is the assassin class,
Whoa.
and Nadine is the scout class.
Are they all sick?
Yeah, that's just
What do
something
they have?
It was just a thing that I homebrewed, and it gave them the ability to trance, but at the cost that they had to they take a dip to their con.
Mhm.
Okay, that's in the sleep question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's another reason. Like whenever you slept, whenever you always saw them awake, is because they traded off. So they only
Okay.
need 4 hours of sleep. So it's like
Okay.
you did see other people, but they all look the same. But typically, when you go to bed, the first 4 hours is Nadia. They do need.
Sorry, they were half elves, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, they were half elves. So yeah, that's another reason why I felt like it was a good dynamic. I was very nervous that if one of them died,
Oh, yeah.
how it would come out that there's two others.
Oh, like if we saw one die?
Yeah,
And
and
then all
then
of a
out of
sudden there would-
nowhere
Yeah.
they come to take over that shift, and you're like,
oh,
what?
yeah. That would have been interesting.
Ooh, I might have like killed them thinking they were like an
Revivify.
undead.
Yeah.
like no, I'm Rowan. Bitch, you gotta tie them. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. They so
a little
Rowan was
uncomfortable.
Rowan's one of the only characters who was slated always to side with the true queen.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
If-
So if Ayana had.
If you did betray the true queen, I had it set up to where Nadia would not have killed you. It would have been Nasir.
Oh. That.
Yeah, Nadia could never. Nadia was the one that was like
Nadia's
erotic
who
in a
you
sense
will
where
marry.
she's like sworn to you, versus
Yeah.
the other two see you as just a person.
Yeah, I don't see him at all. So.
Yeah, they all have the same item, so like.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
it's rough. The only thing now I can say the only thing that's different about all three of them is the fact that Nadia has monk levels now. So that could always lead to
If
some
I was
other
like
issues.
flurry of blows, and they're like, I can. I'm like, what?
Huh?
What did you just say?
They just
so
like pretend to
uncomfortable.
like.
Am I doing it? Am I doing it?
I think, I think that would really upset Ayana. Not because she didn't tell her that there's like triplets running around, but more like she likes to feel very secure and safe while she's sleeping, and knowing that there's people that she technically does not know, like watching her sleep, and like she's deceiving her in that way. I think that would really upset her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So originally, it was Orioth, but Orioth had extra knowledge of the other sisters for like the murder. Yeah. So that's how he kind of figured out like 2 and 2, because he saw I think it was, did I send? Let's see. So hard to remember each one of them. So Nadia was with you. Nadine was with the Queen's Primogen, and then Nasir, the assassin, was going to take a shot at Osseous, as Osseous was actively betraying the country by handing off a dead body. They weren't sure what was going on because they couldn't hear, but they just see you handing off a body to an enemy. But then Orioth saw them, so they were just like, oh. I gotta go. Wow, you didn't see shit.
Literally like this at my head, and she was like, "Oh, yeah."
You didn't see anything.
This is between you and me.
Yes. So technically, I had it also set up in case you guys did kill Orioth, that I had someone who could assassinate a person. So it technically would never have been Rowan, the one that you knew. It would have been Rowan number 2.
Oh, wow.
And then she could speak under Zone of Truth and never lie.
Yeah. That's another reason why they're an amazing trio. Like, I was so nervous anytime we went into combat and I saw Rowan on the field. I'm like, God, I just gotta make sure you just die. That's why constantly Rowan never leaves the side, because it's the safest place you can be for a set of triplets. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there was anyone else who had like random. We talked about how Katrina, Boren, Simon, and Jin all came from the same area. I brought that up. Oddly enough, 3 out of the 4 sided with the true queen, and Jin just was like, y'all remember that they technically enslaved our people.
Well, oh wow, Jin was acting so high and mighty, like, oh, they would never want this. Sides is true queen. Oh, okay, wow.
But they will never know. They will go to their grave believing they knew what was going on. I'm trying to think. Luke had a lot of lovers. Like each of these characters have like really in-depth backstories that just never came up. Yeah,
we did know about Luke's lovers because of the
Oh, you guys only knew like a dabble because he could only have 5 in there at a time.
Oh.
I could kind of tell that this is like the most recent ones or something.
Yeah.
Like just connecting.
Like,
I take that back. Luke did know of Nadine. Because when because no one actually looked at the name that was written because they have to write their true name. If you actually look at if you would have looked at the book at her page, it would have said Nadine.
Well, even then, like,
but he
since we
didn't know.
knew,
Yeah.
that would have only have come to be weird when Rowan was like, "I'm Nadia," and we'd be like, I thought I found out your true name was Nadine." So, so when I sent Rowan away, Nadia actually stayed with me, and Nadine went.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Nadia would never. The only time she was never at your side was at the very beginning. That's because she was off stealing an item. Yeah, stealing that and an item that she needed. Yeah, because she is the only person with 3 magically items attuned to her.
Yay!
Yeah, she had the Cloak of Elven Kind, which I mean gave her advantage on stealth checks. She had the Boots of Springing and Striding, and then she had another one called the Shadow's Embrace. Pretty much it just allows her to cast Pass Without Trace technically on all 3 triplets. So if one casts it would go automatically appear onto the other 2. But
very cool.
She never really needed it. I'm trying to think in any situation if you guys interacted. I mean, you guys technically interacted with Nadine a few times, mostly because like Luke. Yeah. But no,
Luke.
They had direct orders. Once the Queen's Primogen became like an official. That's another thing. Yeah, you guys would have found out that Fabian knew that there was triplets.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so the people that were quote unquote people to watch was of course the Constall and the Lord Warder. And then the last one was Osseous. But then when the Queen's Primogen got promoted, it got moved to the Queen's Primogen. Yeah, since it was key positions. Osseous was just not true born of this nation, so if it betrayed the world, of course that's why they had the assassins stuck to them. They were like, I will snipe you right here, right now. You won't see it coming. It will automatically be a crit. Now, I will say that would have sucked if you saw the attack coming, because then you could have just did your little no crit shit. And I would have been like, oh, fuck. This is going to be rough.
I at the same accord, though, Osseous also would have accepted it. Very death accepting. Osseous has a lot of layers.
Yeah.
Let's see. Faye was just a simple country girl who really loved Cormyr. I don't think there was anything. She used to be a barmaid.
Hey.
Back in her youth.
Respect.
Yeah. Quinn and her would have been friends.
Yeah, so Faye's story, she did her 2 years, retired, worked as a barmaid for I think 4 years, and then rejoined, seeing that, it's what she liked. Being a barmaid was okay.
How did she die? Because it was off screen, and it was after they all left.
Yeah,
Thunderstone. Like, what was it? Just in a.
It was my little thing that I used.
So Lucerina, Lucerina killed her with an arrow.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
I mean, they all died. Technically, Born died to a catapult. Katrina it was she had to switch to using swords because she could deflect missile.
Mm-hmm.
And Faye was the first one to go down because Lucerina knew that Faye is like the protector type. So
Mm-hmm.
having that super hard defense person there is gonna really.
Was it like a stealth attack then? She just got like shot through the. Oh man, Faye.
Yeah.
At least she died quick, yeah.
Yeah, they all died pretty fucking quick. Now, was it painless? Probably not.
Oh, Faye.
We hate to hear that.
I'll never forget that time we spent dancing around the fire. And
that was so fun. Like that was the. That's when Ayana really felt like herself.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part was when we found out the queen was deposed and you got really drunk and were like, fuck this, fuck everything.
That was a good episode.
Everyone's like, come drink, whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
That was really sweet.
I'm trying to think. I mean, everyone knew not Simon. Thomas had a kid and a wife.
Mm-hmm.
Did he have 2 girls?
Thomas.
Yeah, he had 2 girls. He had Isabel and Sally, which is really funny because Sally is also the image that we ended up using. I couldn't think of another name.
You're like, it's not Sally. I don't know. Every child has to be named Sally.
Yeah, his 2 daughters, Isabella and Sally. He was extremely loyal to Aelith, the person who got promoted from Ayana's position. I'm trying to think who else had random information. I mean, most of the other characters, Beatrix was there. She was one of the characters I didn't have fully fleshed out.
I don't remember.
Yeah, she just did her job.
Like when I saw the name Beatrix on the screen, I was like, that name looks familiar. And I looked in my thing, I was like, oh yeah, that's one of my people. That's literally how much I looked. I was like, oh yeah, you.
She's super loyal to Cormyr. She was literally a carbon copy of just Thomas. That's just how I made her. I was like, I need one more person, and I couldn't think of like anything, so I just made the counterpart to him. I'm trying to think. Was there anything that you guys met?
What if we had kept Ribbon alive? What would have happened? Because I made that choice to keep him alive. Would he have been able to escape?
No. What would have ended up happening is if you would have captured Riven, he would have just gave up. And then when you guys would have had your interaction with Giovanni, that would have been like technically if Riven would have stayed alive, Giovanni would have stayed alive. Yeah. It's because the halfling person, what was her name? Maribeth?
Maxine.
I always forget her name. Yeah, Maxine was off in another area, so it was just him and his underlord. Yeah, it would have been.
The underlord was too cowardly to do it if there was somebody else there.
Yeah, if someone else could have been like, "Hey, what are you doing? You know the rules. We don't do this."
Rip.
Yeah. But nope, you guys made quick do of him.
If not for I think the discussion we had that they can draw the blood out of their own body to create their portals, like there's no way to be safe then. I'm not gonna drain your blood, and I don't fucking know other way to counteract that.
Yeah, each of the overlords were oddly enough, they were not loyal to Sembia. They were the surviving overlords. Because there is 10 of them, and it was just those 4 that were left. All the rest were murdered, so they were just like, okay, you know what? We'll take the Supreme Overlord lady as our new ruler. Okay, I want to live. They were all like, I want to live people.
Okay.
Yeah, they were all chaotic. They valued their lives first.
Gotcha.
And then, you know,
Riven was so hot. It's so sad.
They were all
let's drop them on the screen.
Yeah, Giovanni was really hot too.
Giovanni was so hot.
Yeah.
Like Riven was hot in mannerism wise, not
So
really
cute.
like. I don't know. I just loved him.
What was her name? Bella?
Uh-huh.
Bella.
Yeah.
Yes, he was really cute. The one with the mask, like, that hurt
The
me.
one that made me fight.
Giovanni is
Yeah.
Oh
actually
my god.
a smack.
Babe, come here.
Hey, I see 4 characters on the screen. There's 4 players here. I mean,
Oh.
maybe it could be. I know. I don't know. I'm
Maybe
just saying.
Except for
I don't want to play halfling.
I'm just saying, you know.
Oh damn! Oh wait, no, the halfling's still alive.
Yeah, I let it go.
Damn, it really is just like this. Damn. I don't even know where the image of the Underlord. You guys would never have ran back into the Underlord.
God, I really wanted to find her in that fucking house.
Mm-hmm.
If you would have made it there, technically, I think it was
You said like
2 turns.
2 rounds.
Yeah,
Oh.
2 rounds before. Yeah.
Yeah.
You would have seen her finishing up everything, and you would have got 1 attack off on her. Probably. I think she had 40 something hit points.
The only reason Rowan went was more because just in case this was like something concentration based, so she was holding up in the house, you know. Like,
Yeah. No, I don't remember. Yeah, no, Riven, he was just the klutz of the group. Like he would have, if like given option to just be like, oh, die or betray your country, he would have been like, well, I don't want to die. But that's technically all of them, besides Giovanni.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of it, just where his morals lie.
Yeah.
He would have put up a fight.
But he'll live on and oh, so the gun, they don't have multiple of those. So who's holding the gun?
Technically, it's always Nadia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If they do trade it off to keep up the appearances, they can't have one person look different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They can't be like, I lost the gun.
I loaned it to a friend.
It would be funny if Nadia just like threw it away. Oh, I don't know
I
what it
like
was.
it.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was my like super in-depth character. It was my ace in the hole if anyone went too far trying to like not derail, but like you went too far to the point where I was like, I'm gonna kill your character. I had that one thing that could separate it.
Yeah.
So as my wisdom goes up and my insight goes up and my perception goes up, will Ayana start recognizing some things on her own if Rowan will never tell her herself? Right now, her passive insight is 17, and that's with a +3.
Typically, the only time you ever interact with the other ones is like during your sleep, and now that technically speaking, you guys aren't in like war. I don't know what the other 2 are.
Or would I
doing.
have access to this information just from my job? Like,
oh yeah. With your new position, you eventually would have came across each of their I guess character sheets.
Okay, well, we're gonna have some issues, but we can work past them. Bitch, like, hello.
Yeah. It would've-
Wow.
yeah. If anyone ever did come out to find it, they literally were just like, we were ordered by the queen to not take care of y'all, Jesus, to watch out for y'all.
And
Yeah.
that's fine, but you should have told me. I mean, goodness. Thought we were friends.
Technically speaking, I think I had it set up to where all shared the Master of Whispers. Yeah, so they worked with Queen Redra.
Mhm.
So, you can't just be like, hey, let me betray the queen and tell her that, hey, there's 3 of us. I feel like Nadia would eventually give in.
Yeah, especially now
That's
that
like
we're working
a
for
few
Queen
months.
Alicia. Like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
where she's
And-
like,
Yeah.
I don't need my other 2s to be on guard 24/7.
Well, and especially if like you're handing out that title again.
Yeah, like only Nadia is the fucking
The
first protector shadow. So those 2 will have to continue to be the, Master of Secrets. I mean, maybe I'll point them as the Master of Secrets and be like, oh, they're twins.
But what? Who's that behind you? They're okay. They're triplets, but this one's different.
No,
This
no,
is
no.
mine.
This is mine. Get away
This
from
is
me.
my triplet.
Well, I would only appoint one of them and let them continue, like come up with, like use, I don't know, a new name or whatever. Maybe Rowan can give, I don't know, but like y'all need to separate because I need to keep Nadia's and y'all do whatever. I don't care about you.
Let me think. Technically speaking, since we're parting the veil, the Redra, like planned everything.
Yeah.
She planned the attack from Sembia. She worked with their unknown supreme ruler.
Which was
Why?
who?
It was just to eliminate. Eventually, it would come out that Regia would have met, aka the Mistress, and was presented with the way that you can keep your title is by agreeing. But she would have known Cormyr would not have agreed to that. So putting Cormyr into a state of war where she can reform things behind the scenes. She killed her dad, she killed her brother, and she technically died. She killed countless people. She is the epitome of but she believes that she's doing it all for Cormyr.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I don't want none of y'all saying nothing to me about Alicia ever again. Don't
Okay.
Everything
We're evil. You're Republican. We get
She,
it.
I wouldn't even call it
Oh,
evil.
God.
She's just the definition of a true chaotic because what she's
Yeah.
doing is she's trying to reform the land is what she's doing it
Yeah.
all for.
Yeah.
Like true chaotic neutral. Like
Yeah. In her eyes, everything she was doing was for the betterment of the people. That's why I let her be chaotic good. Because if you guys looked at it, technically the Black Knights never really attacked civilians. They only attacked people who were in the military. Because those are the people who are going to be the hardest to change. Most of the civilians, they just follow the laws. So if you change them, they're just going to follow them. The other ones, no.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was her whole plan was to have everything. I mean, it did backfire when she died. That threw a curveball.
Yeah,
Not
if she
exactly.
hadn't died, like she would have gotten away with it.
Yeah.
And I would have gotten away with it too.
But
Yeah.
I mean, it just goes to show you don't trust the Black Knights. They're like, okay, ma'am, yeah, you did a really good job at plotting this, and kudos to you. We're gonna kill you now because we don't need a Queen of Cormyr if there's a Supreme Queen.
Yeah.
Oy, oy, oy.
Yeah. But yeah, nope. Eventually, I don't know how it would play out. I would have to like really do like thinking, but this campaign's pretty much, we might like revisit it like just for like a brief moment, like a couple one shots just to see what's going on. But I feel like after a while, the other Queen Regent would see that this is not working, and probably release all of you from your things.
Ugh.
Because I mean, she only held little parts of like air that were just mostly runes. I mean, yeah, she had the Forgotten Keep.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I don't know if Tristan met the mistress, would he side with her?
Yes, he would. Like, he's literally...
She is the epitome of not manipulation. She doesn't know. She can see what... It's one of the relics, because I mean, you know, commoners, not commoners, angels, no matter what you do, you aren't going to change. It's one of the relics that will eventually be found, as it just gives you true insight into people.
So you'd just be like,
yep. She could see what you want.
The way that Theodore and Tristan would get along so well. Because at the end of the campaign, what ended up happening was Kazruka never told anything to Archie or Theodore. And Theodore ended up betraying them. All because he just wanted to be a demi-power, and that was offered to him. So the way that they both are, like, he's lawful evil, but they both strive for power. That's all that they want. And they're both little noble bitches.
And I changed them, so like on my sheet you'll notice that I had said lawful good as the original alignment, but then when talking with Ro we changed it to neutral. So he's like just very much like, I don't really care, good, evil.
Whatever.
What do these words mean?
She would have offered you like, because I mean she's got countless titles that she can just throw around.
Yeah.
And also like unlimited power.
Yeah.
You guys will find she doesn't have unlimited.
Okay.
Demigod, like, please.
This world, like as we finish like every, I mean, we've technically finished our Sunday campaign, which is still set in this world, and our actions affected it. So, and that ended poorly, to say the least. This I also feel like isn't the best. Like, it just feels like personally, like I feel very hopeless in that we will ever like solve this problem. I don't know. It feels it, mostly because like I thought it would be like, I felt like our Sunday group had the best chance.
I mean, having a dragon would really bolster.
And now they have another dragon. Yeah. So it's even worse. And yeah.
That's for commoners to worry about.
Is it commoners or is it the CAC?
CAC. I feel like CAC.
It's based so far in the future. So CAC, pretty much what your guys is like. I can tell you like a quick overview since we'll be eventually going into that campaign. Just a quick little blurb. Eventually, it would come to light that whoever sits upon the throne is just a person. They don't have any true power. It literally comes from the throne, the helm.
The helm of helm?
The helm of helm. The helm of helm controls the knights. The helm of the helm controls the knights. The throne gives them like the divine rule. The goblet is what allows them to create. And then I think it's the insight one is like a monocle that they wear, and which gives them true insight into them.
Don't even talk to me about it.
Yeah. And
it was faded, but that's so sad. That don't even look at me. Like, that's so sad.
Don't even look at me.
But no, like that's the funniest thing. Like with Angelwood is like, the mistress is not even like the big bad in there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's she has no clue what's going on. She just gets lucky, and she finds all of this shit, and she's like, oh well, fuck it. If it's there, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
But
Oh, well, I guess we'll find out who the big bad is. It's Simon.
I don't know.
I can't wait to like learn who you guys think about that.
I really feel like commoners would also fail. Like I don't see.
Yeah. So the way I have it set up is, technically speaking, because commoners is another campaign that will end, is it's going to be the children fulfilling their true destiny. The children will end up defeating the big bad, so the mistress, with the help possibly of the commoners.
That makes sense.
Because you guys are, let's be real, level 20s versus what, you guys are like 6 and 7.
Yeah.
6 or 7,
Yeah.
Oh,
I was like, lost is a 7 because of like the deck of cards.
Yeah.
God, are we that low level? Jeez.
Yeah.
I have an amulet of plane shift.
We're so proud of you.
I can plane shift as a 7th level.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like CAC is like to find a magic item costs so much money. Like the fact that you have to spend 100 gold just to be able to find the item, and then like it's only going to be like a black item. So the more money you pour into, the higher up it goes. And then the more risk that it goes into being like a fake item.
How would having an artificer like affect that? Wouldn't that make it much harder to be an artificer then? Because you have to. Well, no, because you infuse it with magic. Never mind. You just need like a pair of goggles, and then.
Yeah, you need a pair, and you just have to have the knowledge of it, which is easily obtained.
Damn.
But no, that's why I kind of got rid of like a lot of, and I went more with like the standard D&D downtime things. Because it made it like, I saw in this campaign that I was like, downtime never gonna happen. That's the difference between this campaign and our Friday campaign. Friday campaign, they have too much downtime. This campaign, they had 0. So I just went with D&D set like, it's called just a work week. And it's just something you can do on the side.
I think like the way we played commoners up until we got into
Neverwinter? Yeah.
Was good. When we hit Neverwinter, we very much got derailed.
Stagnated. Like, bad.
You guys definitely took up the title of commoner. You went from being commoners of Phandalin to now commoners of Neverwinter.
It's like I just felt like we had no motivation outside of our own personal whims anyways. Like what are we gonna why put yourself in danger? Like the only reason Quinn wants to put herself in danger is based purely off of like childhood stories, because she's childish like that, and she's just childish. She just wants to be an adventurer because it sounds cool. That's literally it. Why would Delceris want to give up her like her career to do something dangerous? Why would Ozra want to put himself in danger? But then we have that note thing from that place, or that thing that we can't say. That's scary. Still don't know anything about that.
It's so funny, the duality between like Quinn and Fjord though, because it's like Quinn is like, I want to put myself in danger, and then like she has to go out and find it. Well, meanwhile Fjord is like, please just leave me alone, and danger comes in.
Fjord's like, please.
I just want to vibe, and then arrow flies by.
Everything comes to them.
I'm like, no, I don't want to be a normal girl. Wait, I'm getting married? No, I want to go kill things. And nothing horrible happened at her wedding. She expected like tentacles to burst out of the floor or something. Nah, just a normal wedding.
Well, there was drama. There was drama.
human drama. No lich
Human.
broken, you know. She had her.
I would love to throw a lich at you guys in one campaign, but
She just fantasizes about weird shit. Like, I mean, she's a fighter, you know. Like,
She thinks she can take anything.
I don't know about that. But she thinks she feels like with the power, like with her friends behind her, that they could take on anything. And then she died.
Yeah.
That's cute, sweetie.
Yeah, so that kind of is changing a bit. She does no longer really believe that. Really. Hey, you guys brought her back again and again.
That's why, like, commoners, I'm kind of like making like commoners just into like arcs now. So it's just like, let's go ahead and arc out these characters.
Yeah.
That seems like the easiest. Yeah, I definitely learned giving my players in a sandbox world where there is like the most freedom that you could ever have. You just don't do. They will just go back to what they know.
Well, if there was like danger,
I think the biggest thing we were missing from commoners is this big overarching like mission. Like there was like
there is one, but
yes,
just haven't.
But like we're literally like just like it's nothing like for us, like at first it was like defeat the blue wings, you know?
Yeah.
And then after that it's like okay.
There was no motivation, I felt like. And there was no for me
and there was
personally,
no reason for Fjord to stay with the group. There's no
exactly. And for me personally, like I really like stories. I like to play through stories and then be able to be given the option of like, hey, you can go off and do something else. But I like the idea of something set that I can sort of pass through and make decisions in. And it felt like a little too broad, which is for me why Fjord was like, I need to kill this person or I need to get the fuck out of here. Like, or I need to kill myself. Like,
oh gosh. Someone's dying.
Yeah, someone's dying or I'm leaving.
I think
it was very set in stone for them.
I think that's what I loved about Cormyr is it had like a storyline, but I feel like that's like with like small folks we do now have like a good like okay, there's a reason for us being here, but there was definitely like a period in the middle there where we were all kind of like
I will say, like, if you look at each like campaign, it's kind of like a blend of the campaign before it. So like,
oh, for sure,
Small Folks was like our main campaign. So when I went into doing commoners, I was like, okay, my players really like freedom. So if I make a campaign where it's super free,
yeah, we're like all still like learning together, which I like. Yeah. I like because I do like an amount of freedom. Like that's the thing. Like I like that we are all exploring our characters' like wants and like becoming our own people and like you know that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But also kick butt DnD.
There's a difference between story-based campaigns and railroad. Like, not fun campaigns. And yeah, I've been in those before where it's like, well, I don't know. Sometimes I feel, you know, like you're fighting with the DM, and I never felt that way with this. Like, I had one really railroady campaign one time where like we had this fight with a wyvern. How do you pronounce that? Wyvern?
Wyvern?
It depends what game you play.
Yeah, spelled weird.
Fire Emblem, it's Wyvern.
Yeah.
What? Wyvern? I say wyvern. But...
yeah. We took it down and it was like great teamwork and like it was actually like pretty impressive. And I had the foresight to be like, I want to collect some of the hide. I want to like skin it and grab like the scales. And my whole thing for like 4 sessions was like, great. So we're in a town. I want to go to a craftsman who can help me make this scale mail because that was something that my character was proficient in and like I wanted to up my AC or whatever. And it was just like, oh my God. It was like, well, you can do that, but it's going to be like a ton of gold. And well, you're like, now you have to go to this other town. So like, you had him start the project, but like you're leaving and it's gonna take 3 weeks. And I was like, dude, come on! Like, can I just? I don't know. There was nothing specific I ever wanted to do in this campaign along those lines, but like, yeah. You wouldn't have like made me, whatever.
I had a character like that too. It was one of the characters that Oreo kept mentioning. Her name is Gertie. And she was a ranger who was also like a gunsmith. So we were in this town and I was like, bro, I want to build a gun. And it was hard as hell. It's so much. I hated every single minute of it. But bro let me do it. Bro let me make a little gun. And I was very happy.
It can be hard, but like, that DM was literally.
But it wasn't impossible, and it was hard for. There's no reason that making scale mail when you're bringing the scales should be impossible. Making a fucking gun in like this period, that. Yeah, that's gonna be hard.
I mean, if I think about it, like, okay, scale mail isn't that hard. But if you actually look at like what scale mail is,
it is metal. But like it's like dragon. Well, dragon. I guess it would more be hide.
I don't even.
But you can infuse it with like metal behind it and have that like appearance, like
exactly
rivulets of metal. Like in that as a DM, I was just like the dragon hide is like providing something. Like it's just flavor. Like it's flavor.
So as I thought, scale mail, technically speaking, in a D&D sense, the scales are from fishes.
Oh, fishes.
Yeah.
You can definitely handle it. If anything, dragon hide should be better.
It's because technically there is dragon scale armor, which is much more that's why he probably was saying the cost. He thinks you probably trying to make dragon scale mail, which is a very rare. It requires an attunement.
Yeah,
I think it gives you like it gives you resistance.
Even so,
if he's bringing the dragons, like don't let your players fight dragons if they can't make something from, like if they have the capability. What's to stop them? Like the most hard part, like is the reason why it's probably so expensive. Like you can't just go by and buy it because that means someone had to kill a dragon for this, and you already killed the dragon for this.
Exactly. And it's like what Kaya said about flavoring too. Like if you wanted it to be scale mail, dragon hide is tough as hell. It could be scale mail very easy.
Just
it all together.
Just fasten it. Like it's just like tell me what you want to do and we'll figure out how we can get there.
I feel like that's where like I differ from some DMs. Like I'm player driven. When I see like my players are not having fun, I start like, okay, what can I do to make it more for them?
Yeah.
And like with the whole great thing, I was like, oh my god, I do not want guns in my D&D world. But
I was like, fuck you, I want a gun.
Eventually I was like, well, what's the problem? I'm like, it would technically create more interactions with NPCs because I'm like, okay, she has a gun. She needs bullets now. She only has a limited supply. She doesn't know how to actually make them, so she needs to go to a blacksmith in each town and restock. I'm like, it drives the characters to do more, and that's like where I do my best. And I will say, compared to like other DMs, I am a more like I throw the story at y'all, and like you guys are technically like the DMs, and I'm just like the random people you encounter who give you like the information.
Yeah. I definitely have never felt in all our games that there was something that if I wanted to do it, Ro would be like, hell no. Firm no. He would have been like, it's got to have like 20 checks.
That's the thing about like, I was watching a video somewhere, and basically what she was saying, as a DM, when you create this world for your characters, when you are presenting your story to the characters, you as a DM have to accept the fact that these people you're inviting into your story are making choices in the story. You have a set story, but you are also crafting the story along with them. So you have to be reasonable enough to be like, yeah, like sure, you want to do that? Let's fucking do it. I'm gonna make it really hard for you, maybe if this wasn't something that should have happened or whatever. But it's still. You're still a part of the story. We are both authors in that.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important.
Ro, don't blow up my character.
I realized, I was like, oh wow, this is kind of cool.
Ooh,
I forget
sparkly.
about these things. But yeah, no, that's definitely like where I try to like weave. Like I'm like, okay, I know like I have a campaign in my mind, but at the end of the day, I could easily just change it.
Mhm.
As long as I feel like the story that I'm telling is kind of going where I want it to go.
Mhm.
Like for our Sunday campaign, it just I couldn't think of anything. Like I had a place and then that was it.
Yeah. I feel like where we actually ended off in that, I wouldn't say world because this is the whole world,
Yeah.
but like in that place was actually, it was tragic as fuck, and
Yeah.
I hate it so much, but it worked. It worked. Like it just
Yeah.
did.
It made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It's like
Unfortunately.
it was just a lot, and I was like, okay, well, how am I gonna weave it into here?
Mhm.
And like that's another thing. Like I try to like I'm starting to learn like as I'm looking at like I'm starting to look at like more of the D&D books, and this is where I'm getting like my ideas from. Like for the coming together, like for our next campaign, All Things Fall. Like you guys are recruited by an evil organization. That's why you guys are all in this together. You're just grouped together.
Mhm.
And then you got like CAC, which is
Sorry.
no, you're fine. Then you got CAC, which is in a sense, it's like random people that end up just meeting.
Mhm.
And then of course, like we'll have some sessions where we all get to know each other, you get to understand each other. And hence why, like in that campaign, I already have like I came in knowing like you gotta have two characters because I want your character to also get along with the other characters.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But I also hate when people like try to fill a role.
Mhm.
That's like one of my big things.
I was
It
like,
hurts so much because like I can see that like that twinkle in their eye. They're like, oh, I wanna play this character so bad. I would love this. And then it's like, okay, so we got a fighter, a ranger, and a rogue. So you guys are gonna need to stock up on health potions. And like that's things that I don't like. Like that's why like I like try to introduce now like downtime. Like you can instead of like going out and like buying health potions, there's like checks now
Mhm.
that'll make it a little bit easier. I mean, yeah, it'll take like a work week and it still costs a little bit of gold, but it's actually cheaper than going out and like buying a health potion.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
I,
what I try. But,
And I like having a backup character made, like at least the idea of one, just in case, like with Fjord, like if your character isn't doing it anymore, like they're
Yeah.
like, fuck this shit. Having a character that you can just pull in and say,
yeah.
work
I
with.
mean, like I fully understand like some DMs with the I mean, I'll get down to like the nitty gritty, like the real behind the scenes. This is in a campaign that I'm in on like Wednesdays. I mean, I'm a player in there. I love my DM so much. Thank you so much. But like, my first character was a centaur who was just like, I don't know why I'm here. My goddess said, "Hey, go see what's going on in the world. There's this random artifact that will I think it was like help free my people." I forget what exactly it was, but I was like the runt of the group. And then he just got thrown into another situation where he was literally the runt of the group. I got picked on constantly, and I was like, man, God, we're just not fitting in. I don't like it. This is not where I want. And now it's like I got Rogar, the person who I like. Rogar has characters named. I have multiple Rogars. because I like seeing just where he can go in his life. But like, I'm like his character flaw is like the same thing as Ozzy's, where it's was it Ozzy's or was it what was Ozzy's character flaw?
I technically Ozzy's doesn't have any character flaws.
Oh, it must have been Oreo. I couldn't remember which one it was. Oh yeah, it's definitely Oreo. It's the one where like if I'm thrown into a tough situation, I'm gonna hightail it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's just how my characters are, because that's how.
Yeah, so that's why I was thinking. I was like, was it? Yeah.
For Fjord, it just runs in the family, okay?
Yeah. But no, with that character, it's like I reached out to my DM one day and I was like, hey, look, after this time skip, I really think that like Rogar would not continue to be an adventurer. Like, his main goal is just to unite the two kingdoms and become the king. That's like his sole thing. And my DM was like, pretty much said no, but then gave me a reason. Like, if your character's so gung-ho about like protecting his kingdom, if he stops becoming an adventurer where you're literally on the adventure to save the world, in a sense, are you not letting down your kingdom? And I was like, okay. Yeah. So like I get like where some DMs like they build their characters so much into the world, their players, that like if you have like a pair that's just like, man, I'm not feeling my character anymore, I want to retire them. It throws you like if someone throws a wrench at you and you don't have uncanny dodge and it hits the crit. Ozzy is not there to reduce that crit, and you're just like, oh god, I'm on death's door.
Like I feel like in that sense, I would be like, I understand. Can you work with me so we can like tie some things up? You can have a really satisfying exit and then a satisfying like entry to your new character and like some world things, like, you know. Like as long as it's not like I'm not bringing this character next session, I'm bringing a new one. It's like fuck. Okay, well, fuck. Please help.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm a player who I'm a DM who's encountered where my players retire because I do have very heavy worlds. That's just I'm a very heavy person, and it reflects into my worlds. Which thankfully enough, CAC is not heavy. It's going to be extremely light in a sense. And you guys are level 5s fighting level 1 creatures.
He says, like telling us, you're all slaves.
You are all slaves, but you're not anymore because you're underneath the protection of the new queen.
It's fine.
That's why you guys are escaping. You don't want to be slaves anymore, or in one of your cases, you don't want that anymore. But no, like that's one thing that I do. Like, if you can come to me and just say, "Hey, I think this character it's not working out here, fam." Like, I'll do my best to work with you, like to either keep the character in, or do my best to give them an ending that's suitable. But I mean, most likely or not, your character just ends up getting killed. Not even by me. It's literally just a
technically it's by you. Yeah. Technically it's by you. Let's just make that clear.
But it's usually not even like a story battle. Like it's
it's
random encounter.
A random encounter that just kills everyone.
That's the thing that I like about that. Like, I'm very happy about Fjord though too, because I was like, hey, I came to you and I was like Fjord isn't really fitting in, but I want them to, and I want them to come back. Could we maybe, like, when you said, hey, do you want to do one shots? It's like, oh, thank God he mentioned that. Because it's just like, I want to see if they would actually leave or if there's potential for them coming back. So that's why, like, I'm really excited to do these one shots. And I'm very happy that you brought that opportunity to me. So thank you.
Well, I mean, I had helping hands that, like, because I wasn't sure exactly, like, what was going on with, like, Fjord. So I was just like, listen to some rumors in the wind. And then I was like I could build a few good one shots. Yeah. It won't be that hard. Of course, I somehow had to figure out how to get lost into there because I was like, I don't want to be streaming it though. So I guess I was like, oh, I guess having a constant NPC around will help out. And then I was like, oh, let me bring in Kai as well to have an extra. That's 2 NPCs I don't have to be.
I think that like I'm running into that with Osriel. Because Osriel's in such a like position of power with the school, but it's like he's not actually strong enough to be in that position. Like he is not his grandmother in any way, shape, or form. And so he's very much like, I don't know exactly where I fit in right now. And so
I don't know where that's gonna go because Quinn's not gonna just stick around the school or whatever, and I don't know what Dell's gonna be. I don't know, like.
Yeah, it's definitely something we'll probably have to.
We'll have to
work
hash
out.
out. So like one of the ideas that has came to my mind, which is another reason why I was super glad that Kai and Lost are becoming NPCs. What I might actually do is doing arcs, and you guys, if it's a situation like Osriel where there's literally he's here, he can't do anything else, throwing my players as like people just inside of that mini world. And who knows what might happen. They might be like, damn, I kind of miss being out on the stomping grounds with Quinn. And of course, having like your guys' characters always like stopping by will always be nice, but like it just gives me that like that way. Like that's what kind of sucks with Commerce, where I'm like, oh man, like I didn't like plot it good enough to where it'll have like a seamless thing. Hence why I came up with Angelwood. I was like, I have to have a person who can defeat the big bad. I was like, I honestly don't see the commoners, the main commoners characters at their current like state in life being able to do that. I also don't see them just willingly like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna let this person like tell me what I can and cannot do. So like I see that it's like, okay, I could, like I have a way to bring everyone in, but then it's like it like in the way I have it planned out, it just doesn't feel like organic. That's the best way I can. It just seems like
already.
Yeah, it seems like the DM's like, oh, I mean, the easiest one, hands down, that I don't have to railroad is literally Tristan, because he has, or not Tristan, it would be Lost's character, Osriel, because he's hoarding 3 of the X-Sirens. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, that's the easiest one. They're going to be like, bruh, she's going to come here and reclaim us. Yeah. And then it's like, everyone else, I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? I was like, well, I get Quinn. Quinn already wants to be an adventurer, so she's another easy one. I mean, she just found out that, she just became a noble. Now she's not. Her man's looking like, yo, what are we gonna do? What's going on, babe? We need to go do something.
Not have kids, that's for sure.
Huh? Why?
What? We need to. Tomorrow, actually.
Not tomorrow. Yeah. I do find it I think it's like one thing I will say with like Angelwood. I know like we're like super off like this, and we're just now in another world. Like with Angelwood. Yeah, like with Angelwood, I like the fact that like we can see like past things, like Cromwell's great grandfather, and like of course like current Cromwell does not know that there's a curse on his family, but I mean he's making active choices to go against it. Which I mean is good for him. So you guys will be able to have a kid and not have it cursed.
Yeah, that's
Yay.
good.
That I wasn't thinking. Well, Quinn doesn't know about that, so she doesn't fucking care. It's
Yeah.
not like if we want to have kids, it needs to not be in a shit world. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's where he would also stand. Like he wants everything to be like more copacetic.
Mhm.
But yeah, like with like going back to Dell, like I just don't see Dell having like the Supreme Queen bossing like just the citizens around. So I'm like, okay, it kind of works with there. And then of course, if like Al brings in, it's a rich, not Fjord, but its other character, it'll be easy. Like there's shit already in plot that we know why this bitch is here. But then it's like Fjord, I'm like, I also feel like Fjord would be like, I don't know who this bitch is, but that's what kind of sucks at the end of the day. It's like the common folk aren't really affected. Like the mistress, her thing is not messing with the common folk. She leaves them alone. Just live your fucking little common lives.
Yeah. I mean, Fjord, if she's not touching Fjord's like, all right, I'm a hermit. Done.
Yeah.
Like, easy.
Yeah. It's not like she like goes around. No, she just stays where that location is. She just stays there. She just rules.
Mhm.
It's more of, in a sense, it's kind of like the same thing with Redra, like where she might think she's doing this for good, but in a sense, she knows that she's evil aligned.
Mm.
She has like a game. She doesn't want anyone else to have power. She just wants it. And that's it.
and that's that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Done. Period. Yeah.
So,
Period.
Cormyr evil is what year is Cormyr compared to Angelwood?
It's the same as all the others. So it's 76 years in the past. In the future.
In the future. Okay. So it's not, so Angelwood is still first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then
And
that's
Angelwood doesn't have,
Because remember we learned in Commoners, Cormyr, and in our Sunday campaign, like all around the same time, about the Supreme Queen.
yeah.
Okay.
In the year
So they're, like,
500.
Current,
Yeah,
basically.
500.
And then
She
Angel
murdered.
was the only one in the
Gotcha.
past, and then Cat.
Kak is the only one in the future.
Okay.
I'm very excited for Kek. I think it's gonna be
Me too.
exciting.
But
My character's gonna be cute.
I will say, like, with Cormyr, like, it was in a sense like to give me like that experience that I needed with like large scale battles and like no downtime. And I'm like, okay, and like less RP stuff. And I'm like, okay, where I see where I can pull from there, there, and there.
And we still had RP, like it was, besides the big battle, there was
Yeah.
usually every other that we had a battle, and unless we had like
Yeah.
a small battle, like
Yeah, like a little
when
baby
Roddick
battle.
went into the
Yeah, it was
castle.
more like the RP
I
was
like that
more
one.
less like about you as a person and more like role
You
playing
as-
out
yeah.
what you're
Yeah.
doing and
Right,
your
yeah.
role and your
Yeah.
There were definitely too many NPCs though.
That's on me, man.
No.
Most of my NPCs are characters that like I want to play in a
Yeah.
campaign, but I never have the time. So I'm like, well, if I can't play them in a campaign, I'll just throw them into a world that I own. But yeah, no, like that's another thing. Like where if I tried with like Angelwood, like you guys having NPCs that sometimes will pop up
Mhm.
and help out, versus like constantly having someone there who's going to help out.
Yeah, yeah. I love.
Hence why I'm bringing in like the rivals. They're not like evil or anything. They're just people who have a reason not to like you.
Yeah,
But you guys fight for the same goal.
yeah, definitely.
Different paths to get there.
Like you put a laxative in their like porridge at
Well,
at
Okay.
lunch, but like you wouldn't kill them. That kind of.
Definitely
Yeah.
like prestidigitate a fart when they're doing a performance, you know?
No.
Prank wars. Instant.
yes.
I was like, I think only one. No, like none of them would actively go out to harm y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, they have character sheets, but
That's what I loved about like Fabian, is Fabian felt like a character that was like truly like still connected to Tristan's backstory, still like part of the world, but like was this like minor counterforce. Like the minor tension that wasn't like really big, wasn't big plot or anything, but it just like it felt like it flushed Tristan out a little more, to be like more it allowed him to express more of his like personality other than just stone cold I am this straight-faced person. Fabian was more of like the well, I did go to school and I was a high school kid back then.
like I know him.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk about Fabian for a little. Fabian was he was one of the possible allophons in the when I had a whole bunch of allophons, but I wasn't sure if Sky was going to be playing, so I had Fabian, and then I had another. She was a girl. I don't really remember anymore. She was a warlock of something. Something random. But yeah, Fabian was oh yeah, she was going to I do remember a little. She was a warlock who was going to be tied in with if Sky played or if Josiah wanted to be a war wizard. It would have been a character from your guys' past. So I had one person where I could like throw at anything if I felt like the campaign needed just a little bit of spice. That's pretty much what Fabian was. He was literally just a minor character.
He was
that
basil.
Like, just to like flavor the world a little bit more. Like, okay, like I fully understand like what you're doing and why you're doing this, but you sleep without a guard, and I could have assassinated you in your sleep.
Yeah.
You silly boy. We learned this in school.
Yeah, like,
ugh.
I honestly think the way you described the campaign as heavy definitely came off as like heavy as in dark
spiritually.
Yeah, dark. And I think that's why Sky probably didn't want to play, because he was like, ooh, this is gonna be like, especially since we were planning Lords and Ladies before this, it was very much like that's the type of campaign that's coming.
That campaign, Lords and Ladies, it's still out there in the distance. I will definitely probably reach for other characters, not other players, because I mean that world, like, it's oh man, it's rough. Like, I would want people who didn't really care about the other people. Like, I don't want to put my friends in a situation where like you just fucking killed my character.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you.
I was really attached to that character, and
it needs to be like a one shot, like a 3 shot, like 3 episodes. Your character's done after that. Doesn't matter.
I was scared, so last episode we lost.
Because I mean, like, it just cracked me up. Like, I think I'm like Kaya's character, if one wrong decision was made, would have died the very first episode. On top of it, off screen.
Oh, great.
Yeah, you would have just woke up dead. Well,
Yikes.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine. I think my problem with Lords and Ladies is I can't I couldn't imagine the gameplay, and I also couldn't imagine the gameplay for Cormyr Lines. I had no idea.
Mhm.
Like, you just said heavy, and I didn't know what that meant, and I didn't know what the structure was gonna be, or like anything.
And I didn't get like the combat when you were describing it. Once we got into it, it was like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
I will say, yeah. When I was trying to describe it, I was like, I don't know what I'm describing, but I know like if I was able to show you guys, it would have been easy to understand. Hence
But that's why we're like
Mhm.
trying so many new things, because then you can just be like, it's like Cormyr Lines,
Yeah.
mixed with
Yeah.
this and that, like.
Yeah.
But like, was there not going to be like Lord of the Rings didn't feel like it was going to have character interaction?
Oh no. So if the way you would look at Cormyr, Lords and Ladies was like the polar opposite. It was all almost roleplay. I think I had about 8 sessions ready, and in that 8 sessions, there was one small battle.
Mm.
So that one is
Mm.
deeply, heavily like characters like getting fleshed out, and
Thank God I made a barbarian.
more like
later on it would have went into more combat where it eventually had the capability to become large scale.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, she was only gonna take 3 levels, but like we wouldn't have been interacting with each other that much, would we? Or would it be like NPCs? It would.
I know you guys would have been
Like,
interacting
I
with each
can't-
other.
I know Lost and I would have interacted a lot based on
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, I know you guys would have.
That would have
and
been so dark. Oh.
I don't even like, because my character wasn't. No, they. Oh yeah,
They were
she was a
noble.
minor noble. Yeah.
Yeah, and you each knew the elected official. That's what that place had. They had an elected official.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you each knew her, and she thought of you all as friends. Hence, why you guys were normally always invited to many of the gatherings. This one, it was definitely Game of Thrones. Like, Game of Thrones didn't really have like a lot of like super combat scenes. It was more like behind the scenes murdering.
Mm-hmm. Like this person.
And then
gets
eventually
poisoned.
came to where like, we gotta really go out here and fight these ice walkers or whatever they were called. But yeah, that's why I kind of like ended up scrapping that campaign, because I didn't want like, because I know most of you guys like after the session you need to like unwind and then you kind of just let it go. But I just was like, just the fact that you guys aren't killing each other. That's when I was like, this
Are you
could
kidding?
cause some problems.
I was up at 3 a.m. last night thinking about how much I hate Theodore. I was laying in bed with my fish claws.
Yeah.
I never let it go.
Kizuka's probably like my favorite character I've ever had.
Kizuka, my beloved.
Yeah. I mean, once we reach the end of All Things Fall, I'll know who my favorite character out of Josiah's characters are. We only have 2, but
I'm excited about the concept. I still have to come up with more backstory and stuff, but
Oh, you better get on that.
I was just
long
yeah. I was
I was like, you're not worried about the long list. You're not
Don't
worried
tell them
about
not to worry. I already had to almost do all of it.
I did like
get
you want to worry
60%.
about
it
it.
done or else.
Yeah, I feel like for the campaign that like the CAC one, that would go super well because it is a long term campaign. You guys are going to be maybe leveling up once every 4 months. Yeah, it is a very long campaign. You will be stuck. I'm mostly because you guys are fighting like level 1 things. You guys are like, I'm attacking this deer.
We're grinding in World of Warcraft, basically.
Yeah, you're grinding it. Yeah. You haven't figured out how grinding works. You guys are fighting like the really weak things. Like, okay, if I kill enough of these, I'll eventually level up super quick. It's like I'll fight 100 little goblins instead of fighting that behemoth over there. That equals out, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
like you gotta share the experience. A whole bunch.
It's literally 1 divided by 4.
Yeah, you're getting about like 10 for each one. By that one, you'll get like 7,000. What are you doing? Yeah, no. I will say, like, I will think for a quick second. I think I'm just like going off of like all the characters that I've seen each of my players play. Sorry, just so I guess what my favorite character that you ever played was Roddick.
Yay.
Easiest one. I don't even have to think.
New personal record.
Yeah, I would love to hear what's your favorite character of mine that I played.
Yeah, I think my favorite character for Kaya, for me as a DM, would be Mira. That was someone like no one that y'all have met.
Yeah, Mira was actually really fucking good.
Yeah, just a little water.
You know, the reason that is because it was basically just me and you against, because the other players were not fucking there.
They were asleep half the time during the session, just on the screen, just sleeping.
It was horrible. I carried that campaign on my back.
She really did, you guys. She was, oh man, it was so horrible. But no, it was I mean, if I wanted to like to recreate that campaign, I definitely would.
I would love that.
Yeah, but it would just be so much like Angelwood in a sense.
Yeah, like I would Heroes before the time skip and everything. That was my favorite portion. Like,
yeah, I did the whole time skip because I was just ready to be done.
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
know.
Let me destroy the world. I was thinking about to destroy a world. You guys
literally
think,
fucking genocided everyone. I was like,
yeah, you
done.
guys think Angelwood and like this world is bad? No, I wiped out racists.
Oh Jesus!
I was like, there's like a hand. I think there was like about 75 like real people left in the world. All the rest were quarry infested people.
Yeah,
She's
pockets of little groups.
Yeah, they're pockets of little group that just breeded children. That was all they did. You were either a fighter or a breeder.
It was actually really dark. It was really fucking dark.
I was like, I want to get them out so fast. Yeah. I was like, I don't want my players in this world. I just want them to be done. I hated going to sessions. I was like, man, what's gonna make them be like, oh shit, let's end this? And I was like, oh yeah, genocide, making like breeders and warriors only. There's these small pocket of worlds that only hold about like 10 people. I don't even think there was 75 people. No, there wasn't.
There's no. I was thought you were gonna say 7 groups.
Yeah, there was the werewolf
mother
people, the mother confessor people. There was your guys' people.
And then we didn't meet the other ones. No, wait, the vampires.
Yeah, the vampires, and then there was one up. There was 5 sections of people left. It was the Genasi groups.
Oh yeah, the racist ones, right?
Well, they were racist to all. In this world, Genasis all loved each other. They hated every other race.
They kind of like, trauma like packed together. Like
Yeah.
Fine, we'll get along. Fuck everyone else then.
Yeah,
This is our get along shirt.
But yeah,
Oh,
like
man.
that was definitely like one of my favorite. And I loved like your significant other Trace. Oddly enough, I
Trace.
love most of like all of the characters' significant others. I throw significant others at my characters all the time.
Thank
see
you,
what they
Rogar.
like.
Literally, but Trace top like nothing
Yeah.
will ever top Trace for me. Like
I don't know how many times I cried as Trace. I mean, I cry as Simon sometimes. Like Simon, I don't know, he be hitting me, and then Emerson also. That one, that was a ooh.
Oh,
That almost ended the session.
Oh right, I remember that.
With Emerson, I was too much. But yeah.
What's your favorite character for Al?
For Al, I would say it's a tie between I think it's a tie. It's a tie between Summer and Anakin.
Summer, really?
Yeah, I really enjoyed Summer. Summer was just
so
a
cute.
beam of light.
Yeah.
And a group of so hostile other creature.
It's so funny
I'm
because
gonna exterminate humans.
it's so funny because like Summer, when I think back to Summer, I'm like, oh god, what the fuck was I doing? Like, so messy, so underdeveloped.
I like
sweet.
Summer.
You guys are so nice.
I like Summer a
And
lot.
Anakin is my bitch. I love that voice so much. I'm bringing him back. I have to bring him back.
That's with Anakin. I wanted to see where the future can go. I feel like Summer, I saw everything I needed to saw, and I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Summer had a perfect story, like just start to finish. It was a good story.
Really got out right before the whole entire TPK.
Yeah,
really.
Literally right before.
Actually, really. Thank you.
I love how we were like literally. So just so you know, the day before, like the episode before, we were like, okay, we're done with these characters. We want to start new, and then we decided, no, we're gonna still do our characters. But Al was like, nope, gone. I'll make new. And then literally that next episode, we TPK'd everyone.
Oh my god.
My new character.
That's incredible.
It was
funny.
Oh, that's so good.
For Lost, I think my favorite character. I think my favorite character is Osriel.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see like the growth there, and like I feel like I could throw things at Osriel. Like if something traumatic happens, like Osriel, like the way I feel like Osriel is played is just he'll break it down, see what he can do. He's like, well, scrap it, okay. Because I mean, Homeboy straight up had his master not his master, his boss kidnapped, never found. He was like, look, the day just keeps going, buddy.
Yeah.
I gotta blow my glass.
Yeah. Well, and especially in the setting of Phandalin.
Yeah, Phandalin was...
he definitely
Phandalin was the start of the whole chaos.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm curious. Yeah, I want to know what everyone else's is for like the rest of us.
For Al, mine is also tied between LaFay and Anakin.
Oh yeah.
LaFay. In that last episode. Oh god, I just got chest pains. It hurts so bad.
So what happened was LaFay was a peace domain cleric, and they had this feature where they could bond people together, and whoever was bonded could teleport to another. They could like swap places with people if someone got hurt. So Kizruka was about to die from a huge shark bite, and but the episode prior, LaFay promised, they like opened up to each other, and LaFay promised like, hey, I'm gonna protect you no matter what. Like, I will not let any bad person or bad thing hurt you or get you. And LaFay,
little traumatized like ball of like stress and anger, like just tightly wound. But she is like, she's conditioned to be very like polite and like subservient. So it was like, it really meant a lot to her because no one's ever wanted to protect her before.
Yeah, and they had ties to, like, LaFay was a noble from Waterdeep who was came out as trans, and then nobody really accepted them, and their father died, and they were infested with evil Cormyr spirits. There's just this whole thing, so they just ran away. But in the battle, LaFay teleported and swapped places with Kizruka and just took the bite for her and was down. And he made his fucking promise. He fulfilled his promise that he would protect her. But it was very tragic.
I also feel bad because I could have realized that there was another character that was bonded, an NPC, had no clue what the fuck bonds did, but he could have took the shark bite and survived. But no one ever explained what the fuck this thing does. Like, hey, you're all bonded. You hit harder. Maybe. You're just like, okay.
And then Anakin's just before. Just bitch.
Yeah, a little bitch. And I love him. I love that for him.
What about for Lost?
Yeah, for Lost, I gotta say Twix. Like, I love Twix.
I love Twix. Little bitch ass little pixie boy.
Like, love fire. I love shouting Patricia. That was Twix's like fire spirit that he could conjure. Like Patricia.
For me, Al's character Calder.
Oh,
I loved
man.
Calder. I loved Calder.
Boy, my little traumatized.
Yeah, I really wanted to get into like some of the like this sounds super dark, but like some of the trauma and like full on like therapy session him.
I mean, there's shit that happened to him that I could not have said on stream if we were streaming that. Like it was really bad. And I would love to bring him back too. He's a good boy. I love him. He's not a good boy. He's
I was like,
he's my good boy.
And then Kaya. That's a tough one. I want to love Quinn so much. I do. I want to love Quinn.
I understand. No one likes Quinn.
No,
I would say my second one is Quinn, technically.
Yeah.
I feel like she's the most moldable that I can mold.
Easily manipulated.
Yeah.
Top marks.
I think probably I can't remember, for some reason I'm spacing your mouse. Millie Fieldfoot. It was just so cute, and just like Millie was just like heart and joy. She was she was
psychotic. She wanted to wipe out the human race.
Yeah, she was very racist.
She is one of my favorite characters as well, because I like the backstory I came up with for her, like her home, like where they all like the reason they adventure is because they're all authors, and being an author is like the best thing you can be. Like if your book is being checked out and read, like that elevates your status. Like they prioritize the life of books more than each other. Like so she kept the reason she was adventuring because she wanted to write an adventuring book. She was taken from her family because she showed talent in writing, like forced to learn to like how to survive, to be an adventurer, like harshly punished. They took her eye. Like it was like she didn't lose her eye in combat. It like she messed up and the elders that were raising her took her eye as punishment. And like there was some random human child that like would come mess with their village, and she put all that rage onto all humans, but she was still like really bouncy, really energetic, but she couldn't, like the trauma that she went through, she did not develop empathy at all. Like she did not feel anything for, like she pretended to. She knew how to play that role of empathy, but she never felt like if any of you had died, she would not have cared.
Yeah,
like
she
at all.
did not.
She did not care about any of you. Like she pretended that you guys were like, you know, like whatever. It's for the book. Like you guys are characters in her book, and she is a character in her book. And she was very interesting to me.
Yeah.
And I loved her voice. It was really fun to speak with her.
I will say, out of all the like that group of people, I hate to say, I'm kind of glad they got TPK. I honestly was like, damn, I do regret not just letting them all just go off.
They were a shitty group of people. Sorry.
That's fine. What's wrong with that?
I felt so bad. I was like, man, they have enough issues.
We genocided a whole like cave of dwarves because someone said that dwarves were like humans. Like it's the only reason she did it. And she's like, we gotta find those kids and kill them.
We helped a hag do it.
I feel like for Kaya, I think my favorite characters of hers are probably Kizruka and Elixia. I actually really hang on.
Hey Josiah, what's your favorite?
I love Ozius and Tristan and Ayana.
Like, wow, he's only been in one campaign.
Congrats, buddy.
I love it. I love
around,
it.
We'll have
Next
more.
time around, yeah.
For
you
me
know.
though, like I think the reason why I like Alexia so much was because she she was such a bitch, but her and Anakin got along so well because they were sort of two sides of the same coin in the fact that they were just young, dumb, and in love with other people. They were just like they were
Yeah.
literally best friends and brother and sister at the same time.
Which is so interesting to me because Quinn's personality is not that different from Alexia's at all.
Yeah, I will say, yeah, I do.
Alexia is more bitchy though.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah, but that's
She
Alexia is
wore
kind
it.
of like an older Quinn.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What Quinn will
That's-
grow up to be.
Quinn's going through a lot, and she like is continuing to like have some bitterness grow and stuff like that. But she still has like a lot of love in her life right now, and good friend. But like, hey, watch Tristan or Deltharis dying. Oh boy, I'm having dark period.
And I think for Lost, it would probably be Tristan. I think I don't know. There's just something about him that I adore, and learning about his backstory. Like, it's the same reason why I just fucking love Fyodor with all of my heart. Like, it's it's so good. It's just so good, and you played him so well, and I love him. I want to kiss him. I love him.
Yes.
I'm really excited for my the first character I developed with for CAC. I think that honestly will be like my favorite when they get through everything. I think they'll be my favorite for sure.
I feel like I might blend a little bit of like, so CAC is like, it is roughly based on like heroes. My campaign that I never streamed, it was with my really shitty friends, as we all determined really quickly. But
Yeah.
it's it'll be interesting. It's more like you guys get quests, and like you don't have to do them if you don't want to.
But will we fail?
No, there is no.
It was like we never felt forced to do it at all. Like there was literally no reason. The only reason we did them was because we wanted to. Like we signed up because we wanted to, not for really any other reason. We did the quests if we wanted to. If something happened during the course of the quests, like we just did whatever we felt was best or right, basically. And sometimes they're like, actually I'm gonna, go hang out with my partner instead. And or whatever. It was interesting.
It was a good blend, I feel like, where like you had like those times where like I want to say like in one of the quests, one of the characters, like possible significant other, was she was married to like a really, really bad guy, really bad, really fat and ugly, was breeding rabbit folk just to murder them off. Yeah, for sacrificial things. And then they ended up saving her, and like it was a rough battle. And then like
it was tough. It was like something like that was like we knew going in that it was really gonna be really hard and like kind of past our level.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, and it was like, and we knew that we could all die, but we wanted to save her as fast as possible. So we didn't take the time to like try to level up because we wanted to save her, and we fucking somehow did it. One of the players fell asleep at the beginning of the map, like, and so we just left his fucking character there, and then I think he woke up during like that battle part, and then he had to come, like, we didn't teleport his ass, like, nah, go ahead, avoid the guards and the traps and walk all the way here where we are, you little bitch.
I will say that's one thing I do like about like my DM style compared to like other ones. I don't do like stasis characters. I don't like that. I feel like it's just stupid. Like a character, if I get like players sometimes can't make it. Like poor Josiah couldn't make it to a session. He was sick.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, what can I throw in that would make logical sense.
Mhm.
And it's just like, oh, if he, I mean, it's literally there was just a murder, so why not just be like, oh yeah, you know, he drops to the ground and you guys examine him, and yeah, he's got a wound. I mean, technically, just you could have died off screen if no one fucking healed you.
That would have been bad.
Yeah, it would've been horrible. But yeah, no, like
That
things
would've
like
been
that.
bad.
Like I hate when like DMs do that. Like, oh yeah, this character is there, and that's another. I don't like role playing people's characters.
No.
I do my best to avoid that. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I know like. I'm trying to think of a character like I would feel comfortable. Role playing like Roddick's character. It's just a character that's there,
Simple.
easy, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was pretty much he was just like Rowan.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to make decisions.
Yeah,
like,
there's not anything that I feel like if I made a decision, like if I said, okay, Roddick's gonna follow Ion, I don't feel like my character, the player would have been like, oh well, I wasn't going.
No.
Why would you do that?
like,
you
I
idiot?
didn't kill her this whole time. God, I want to stab her in the neck.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, I feel like I don't think I would feel comfortable playing any other. No, who? What character? I would say Loss's character Floan. Because Floan was just so like mysterious, it would have just been easy.
I love
I'm like,
Floan too.
okay, I can do my little job. Yeah. Anyone else?
Willow, like Willow would be.
Oh yeah, Willow. Yeah, Willow would also need just hey.
Don't kill any enemies. Only knock them out and heal anyone you can.
Always, every second, constantly.
And have some wine.
I'm trying to think. Like, it's just like one of the things I don't do. I just don't believe in it. Like, you should not role play another character.
It feels wrong to
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, I would not want to play another. For the stasis thing, for me, I would say like I don't really care. Like if it's the player that requests that, like if they don't think that their character would for any reason not be in the group, like it's like, and there's no like good reason for like, and you don't want to like manufacture anything that would affect their character development or something, and they're just like, please just have them be there. Like I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah, I mean, like I do agree with that,
but I
like,
think it's more fun not to like to come up with something.
Yeah, like my thing is like most of the games that we do play are kind of heavy. So like if a character is just in stasis, it's like they're experiencing everything and then not reacting. They're just like we're murdering children. Okay. And then we come back to the next session and we're like, wait, we what?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Well,
like,
kind of like they weren't there.
Well,
We're
even
like-
murder children?
Yeah.
like maybe we could say they're like under the effects of a trance spell and they're like experiencing something else, but their companions can't really tell. They're just kind of walking. Well, but then you would just spend the whole session like being like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" So it's like,
Yeah. Like if Roddick just fell without the murder being there first, we would have all been like spending the episode figuring out where Roddick fell.
exactly. So it's kind of hard. It's because it's like we have to like the other players have to metagame to not like look into it too much because we know there's no resolution because the player's not here.
Yeah.
So it's either way, it's a little weird because it's like honestly, like we didn't even fucking ask questions about what happened to Roddick during the moment of truth.
Yeah.
Like,
well, my thing was, it's like Roddick was safe.
And
so it's like in that situation, like it made sense why you guys didn't like. Okay, he's safe. It's just he's unconscious. Versus the literal dead person sitting 2 feet away from him.
Yeah. The thing was that because of the information Ayana knew, there was technically no real reason to target Roddick like there was to target Fabian.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I mean,
And I
feel like
amplified
you
them.
would assume too that whoever did that to Fabian would have done the same to Roddick, which is why it's the
Exactly,
same.
but
Yeah.
but it's like they're on two separate. At that time, Fabian was for Queen Alicia and Roddick was for Queen Redra. That's
Right. Oh,
where
well,
we were at that time.
we didn't know that.
Ayana knew that.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying, like, if not like
Wait,
for
what?
metagaming, because I knew that Fabian was on Queen Alicia's side.
Oh, okay.
And
I heard
Ayana-
it backwards.
Yes, and Ayana believed that was why this happened.
Technically, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and so, but then that kind of threw a wrench in it. If I had went with that logic, just like, oh, it can't be because Roddick's not with Queen Alicia, and then that would have just led us down a whole different path of like thinking and reasoning.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like this was. I mean, poor Josiah just didn't get a lot of it. But the next time we do this,
That's
you'll have
okay.
some characters to judge.
Yes. I look forward to it.
Yeah. So yeah, it was super fun. Who knows? We might revisit. Seems like it seems like there's possibilities to revisit.
Cormyr.
Like the way Cormyr, like the way I ended it, it does give us like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I definitely
if we
feel
ever
like
want to, if we ever want to do like a one shot, be like, hey, let's go live a day in the life of Cormyrians. We can always jump back to it.
Or, I mean, we could kind of play like the really cool Symbians who end up dying, but we could play them like before they're dead, like maybe like a few years ago.
I want to be Bella.
I can't be a halfling. Don't make me be
Okay,
a halfling, please.
Fine, then I'll be
No, I
Bridget.
don't know. There can be another one. Fuck. Replace the halfling with someone else.
Before
No, I'm,
this
like,
is
it's
before
still there, but,
all
like-
of them died.
Exactly. So it's like, like she can just not be in the sunshine. There can be a different one, like in their friends or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, like if we did like a one shot of like then your character would die.
Yeah. Your
I'd
character has
rather
to die at the
Overlord.
end.
I'd rather be dead than be a halfling.
Excuse me?
Imagine never
sorry.
rolling nat ones. We
Yeah.
do forget about that half the time when
I'd take the lucky feat if I cared about that.
That's true. And she was cool too. I would be the halfling.
Yeah.
Okay, Kaya. All right, I'll be Maxine.
I don't
okay?
know that Milo's ever rolled a nat one. Because I don't think I've ever had a bad card with Milo. Not gonna
It
lie.
wouldn't.
Oh, I like the
What
card
was popular
too.
for you?
Oh,
Speaking
you
of,
do?
You do?
Yeah, I guess that is like a good thing. Like the card system. Before we end, like, what is your view on them? Like, which I guess deck did you like the most? Because like you have the critical hit ones, and then you have the good and bad boy, and then you had like the DM version of like giving out advantage. DM inspiration, that's what it's called.
So Roddick didn't get to experience the good and bad boy ones really because we never made skill checks.
Yeah.
So
I think Roddick had some. Let me go back into it.
Yeah, I have.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have a few still. Yeah.
is that the inspiration or the good?
No, the
Oh,
good,
yeah,
the good and bad.
Okay.
Oh, you have an inspiration too, though.
Yeah, he has one of each.
Uh-huh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What was that inspiration when I was saving it? Yeah.
Oh, like you, the one that like let you take like the benefits of a short rest.
Yeah,
So
that one
helpful.
helped
would've
us
been-
a lot.
Oh yeah, that one was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna order Mexican food.
Okay.
Okay.
There's this
You
great
said that in the same tone of voice as if you were still talking about D&D, and I was like,
Yeah. I love how you like these cards. Did you feel like the critical hit ones was like fair?
Me? Yeah.
Okay.
I think
I know
so.
like in our other groups we're like, because this one I didn't take any of the cards out. Like there was deadly and life-threatening ones.
They're scary. I mean, that's basically the thing that killed Kiz.
yeah,
And
that's
Yeah,
That's what killed kids. Yeah.
they get scary.
Mhm.
And yeah.
Like the quadruple damage.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, that's literally what I had. Like that's what killed kids.
Oh, use your phone, man. I've never seen someone order like that. They're gonna do DoorDash.
God, you're talking to it.
Yeah, I will say, to our viewers, the critical hit ones for like Angelwood are modified ones. I removed all like the life-threatening and deadly ones. Like the highest they can ever get is like double damage.
Mhm.
And that's why it's a little bit more balanced versus like poor commoners when fucking it wasn't Lincoln. I forgot which one it was. One of the fucking blue wings got critted on by the slime and it just like obliterated him.
Yeah.
What was it? Not Lincoln? No.
No,
No,
it wasn't
Lincoln's one of the
Lincoln, it was-
surviving ones.
Okay, Lincoln, Ryan. Well, I named Lincoln, and he was the only one I like cared about, and he's alive, so I don't fucking know.
Lincoln, Ryan.
Evan? No.
I would have to. Oh wait, I
Zach?
can
No.
tell you right now. Hold on, give me a second.
Bob.
I got.
More white boy names.
It was definitely a white boy name.
Guys, my the restaurant I just ordered from is ready, and they said it was gonna be ready in 7 minutes. So
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
We're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
have
yeah,
it.
whenever, yeah, this is just like shit
I'm
talking.
gonna go eat some chicken fajitas.
Okay. Have a
But
good
thank
Love
night.
you,
so much.
Josiah. See
Keep
you
in
in a
touch.
few
Yeah.
months.
Well, I mean, we'll
no,
see you
I'll
in a-
see you before then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
Good.
I'm bad about logging in for other stuff, but now that I don't have a reason to see you guys every week, I'll be much better. So
That's okay. Love you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Goodbye. Love you.
See ya.
Dropping the 3 players.
It's gonna mess up our camera.
I love that boy.
Do I have him set up? There we go.
Damn.
I'm
Perfect.
fine.
We're fine.
So I can tell you these surviving ones. So it was Billy, Joffrey, Lincoln, Thomas, and Ryan.
Who the fuck?
Yeah.
He
The other
died
one-
so quickly after he was created. It's so hard to remember.
Yeah, because
Kyle.
I switched all the. Oh wait, no blue members. Okay, hold on. I do still have it saved. Eric.
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 Yeah, poor Eric. Got
Wait,
just-
who did I have a cup of their acid? Like,
That was the guy that Fjord acided.
yeah, I had his name.
Jax. That's
Okay.
one of the random characters. Wait, no, Jax is
No, he's alive.
He's
Isn't
the-
he
he's
the
the guy
asshole
that-
that was like, oh,
he's the guy that he arrested y'all.
yeah.
I think I just threw out a name. I never actually put him in like these.
Okay, because I had it in my character sheet, but I deleted it when I buried the acid parts on the side of the road because Quinn was looking in the bag like, oh, shoot. I still have him in here. Whoops.
I do need to remember to implement the training of other like skills. I keep forgetting that.
Mhm.
That yeah, I'll pour that into CAC.
Cat.
But we should wrap up.
Yeah,
the
definitely.
stream
Oh,
at
well,
least.
I just realized that our wine glass hasn't been there the whole entire time, and now it is.
Oh, I don't have it on the 4-player. Nope, I don't. Okay. Yep.
Damn.
Sorry.
What? Don't be
Luckily-
mad at him. He does so much.
I'm kidding.
Ah, it's gone. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. But yeah, thank you to all who have watched and sat around just for like a little chit chat. I guess you guys learned about some random characters that you'll probably never see. Maybe. Who knows?
I'm bringing back Calder and Anakin. Fuck you.
Oh,
One
I'm
day.
down. I'm down.
I would love to bring back Mira, but she just had so much character development. I don't think I could. I could maybe play one of her children.
Yeah.
I
With the homebrew of water genasi
See
tiger.
Tiger.
It would be so much fun to play like Twix mom. Just like
Ooh.
fiery rage of like, you fucking killed my son. But she doesn't have really anyone to go after, so it's fine.
I mean,
She's got this
every
big,
lizard folk. I
yeah,
don't
the
know.
lizard folk, they kind of did murder
She's
everyone.
just exterminating races here.
Someone killed my kid. So let's go.
But yeah,
Do we
What?
want to raid the Game Fox TV?
Yeah, our other friends are not on tonight.
Oh yeah.
Or we can raid Paul.
That's up to y'all.
Oh.
Well, give me a quick second. Let me pull up Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, we should ask
LCPC
Bell
member.
if he wants to guide the raid.
Or
with,
we could do Goose.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to
How
spend
much
some
is this together?
points?
Oh, 6,000. Yikes.
I'll do it.
He does not have enough.
Yeah. Oh, someone's playing Icewind Dale.
I don't got the point.
Goose.
They only have one viewer. Damn.
Okay, it's been redeemed. Rating Goose. Yeah.
Goose.
Don't panic, it's a raid.
Oh yeah.
Hello? Don't talk to me, phone.
There we go. See?
Oh no, it's still not working.
Yeah, I know. I tried.
Wait, it worked for me.
Yeah, we
Oh, it
know
did?
Goose. We all know.
Yeah. See?
Oh.
Wait, what?
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, it worked for me.
Huh,
How'd
okay.
you do it?
I just copied it.
Oh.
Okay. Anyways, we're ending. So bye.
Oh yeah. Say goodbye to our characters.
We'll
our
be back next
favorite heroes
Friday.
of-
Goodbye,
yeah.
Osseous, my beloved.
Goodbye, Ayana.
Bye. Miss
Goodbye,
you.
Rhonda.
Bye, Rhonda.